And so I got into his office fully prepared to just suck his dick. Anyway.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah, exactly. I know you. That's why I'm telling you guys. Anyway.
Empathy for days, man.
Welcome to the show, Enter Tournament of Champions podcast. This is a show where we take our favorites in entertainment and put them in a tournament against each other and debate our dicks off until there's one winner. And I think that's going to be a little snippet intro I do every time now. Debate our dicks off.
Debate our dicks off. Let's just drop that in there right at the beginning.
Until they're sucked back on by the guy from the Fire documentary. That guy is never going to not be known as that guy now.
I know. What did he do? Why did he do that?
He knew it. Before he told the story, he's like, fucking God, why am I doing this? Anyway, here's the story.
He did say that, yeah.
I like how they asked the other guy first, though, and they're like, I'll let him tell that story. Yeah. Did he tell you the story? I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, shit. Shit, man. All right. So, yeah, we're actually back to doing a tournament for once, and it feels like forever since I started going to school, like in August of last year. Or September, whenever the fuck it was. Anyway, so, yeah, we're doing a 2018 box office. This is where we do not decide anything to do with the tournament. This is just coming straight from the top 16 at the box office from 2018. And I got to say, this year, only kind of hated 2 movies. You know what I mean? Like, there was only, like, 2, whereas the year before was just kind of like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, the bottom 5, like, Pirates and just some garbage movies.
We watched some horrible movies in 2017. Like, oh, my God. Yeah. Truly horrible.
Watched them around the holidays, and they made the holidays bearable because those movies were so fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's literally only like 2, like, I mean, the rest that were like, that are in here are just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Inoffensive is a better definition, you know? Like, it's just like, forgettable, but like, I wasn't mad, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a running theme for quite a bit of these, actually.
There was one I was actually plenty mad for, so.
There's definitely one that's way high up I'm super
way high
about.
Up there, and it's everybody's fault.
I get retroactively madder at it when I think about it.
Yep.
It's that kind of movie. So back to the tournament style. So we're each going to, alternate turns each round, doing it like, what's the equivalent March Madness, I guess, style where it's like 16 seed versus 1, 9 versus 8, shit like that. I don't know why tournaments are kind of spread out that way. I guess it's to give the top seeds like easier matchups. I honestly don't know why this was decided.
Weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, you in sports ball, I guess. You spend the year you're the best, so you deserve the easiest matchup in the first round. I get it.
So yeah.
Is that that's the gift, I guess?
Congrats. Here's 16.
I guess. I mean, I like how the NFL does it. I know it's fewer teams, but you get a rest week in week 1 if you're the best.
Let's see how that pans out for this year's number 4.
Yeah.
I know, right? A high seed is out in the first round. Holy shit.
Oh, it's gonna be out. It's gonna be out as fuck.
I don't care what it goes against. It could go against the Grinch and it's going out.
Yeah. You're like, I'm literally just judging based on the 1960s cartoon movie. Judging based on that. Okay, so we're just going to start it off because we don't have to fill in the brackets this time. It's probably going to be a shorter episode because of that. But this does give us a chance to rant against movies that are bad. That we never
maybe
talk about.
A Justice League rant or 2. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. We always have time for those. That's literally.
Oh, that's already built in time. Okay, I'm sorry.
That was an alternate name of our podcast was just Justice League rants. And occasionally we do a tournament.
JRR.
Exactly. Welcome to this week's edition of JRR. This week we talk about Cyborg. Booyah.
Yeah, we think we're talking about Tolkien, but we're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So the order this week is, we're going to start with Kyle, then me, then JD. And then, of course, we're going to, alternate and shit like that. I actually didn't even map out the alternating paths so I can keep up. But yeah, starting the first round is Kyle, and the first round is number 16 seed at the box office is Crazians, as I call it, Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay. Sure.
Makes it sound like you're eating crazy raisins or something.
Yeah, a little bit.
Versus number 1 seed, Disney dominated a lot, by the way. We're going to bring up a lot of Disney titles. Black Panther is a Marvel one.
Wow.
It's number 1 last year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
What are the odds? These culturally based milestone achievement movies
really
up against one another, right?
I'm really glad absolutely the whitest person on this podcast is going first to tackle this very cultural debate.
We're very
thank you both.
These are the 2 least white movies that come out all year, and
absolutely,
we're just like we're about to quick vote them for fuck's sake.
I know.
It's which race do you respect more?
I know. I don't
Asians,
even want to bring up the idea of a quick vote because of that very reason.
I didn't mean to answer. My bad. Oops. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. I guess we should just quick vote because we all know what we love.
Yeah, I mean, we're all going to pick Black Panther here, obviously. But, again, this is not just a panel of white people voting off a cultural movie fast just because. So
yeah, it's just a matter of what we like.
It's just
merit.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
That's our formula. I don't know. I'm going Black Panther for a quick voting.
Okay, I'm going Black Panther 2. JD, do you want to make it unanimous? You analyst?
Yeah, let's unanimous it up.
Okay, cool.
Unanimous.
I will say that
we all did watch Crazy Rich Asians.
we did watch Crazy Rich Asians. I have spent time watching worse movies this year. I will say. Movie. The more Jeff saw it, actually, the more that movie bothered me. To be honest.
Yeah. I get
Jeff
it.
was pointing out things about the movie that I was just like, I wasn't even paying attention to any of that, and really that shit bothers me too. The very like fantasy fairy tale. This is never going to happen to any of you that's watching this movie type of movie. You know?
Right.
Like it pitches a very false version of like how life is and stuff like that. But
absolutely,
who knows? Maybe people are out there really being crazy like this with fantasy weddings, and maybe we'll all get it, you guys, all 3 of us.
That's
Maybe.
what I want. I want a
That's
dream
the
wedding.
dream.
Where
Isn't
I'm
that
like,
what you want? Isn't that isn't that the dream?
Here's a scenario I want: is I want to be at like a friend's wedding, and my significant other's up there as like a groomsman or something. What? Groomsman? I'm gay, by the way, guys. Apparently.
There's Jeff just eyeing all the groomsmen. Don't invite him to your wedding,
Guys,
boys. He'll steal your friend.
I'm looking across at like. Sorry, I was like thinking of the scene I'm trying to reference, and I want to be looking across at the one of the bridesmaids who's my significant other, longingly as there's like corny shit happening at the wedding. I fucking hated that scene so much.
And then mouth to each other, "I love you," as they're giving their vows.
Oh my god!
And then water's flooding the garden that you're having the wedding in, but it's subtle flooding. It's artistic.
It's just another version to me. Beautiful. It's just another version of one of those wealth porn romance movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just with better
I love
representation.
that whole terminology that you just went with right there. Instead of my bumbling, stumbling shit that I was trying to do. You just really packaged it up very well right there.
He's rich. Oh no.
Oh boy, am I gonna fit in? Oh shit. What other tropes can we fall into here, Surely the other women in the movie are gonna hate me. Oh no.
Oh no, they do. What a shocker. Yeah, we've never seen this before.
Good for, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just
I know.
not that movie.
This is just the worst one for 3 straight white dudes to comment on, especially because there are people in the world that appreciate that genre more, even for all its tropes. Like they even prefer that it have tropes.
Yeah, sure.
But it does certainly have cultural relevance.
For people, and that's fine. And I'm
that's
fine with that.
You're fine.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with other people feeling that way. Not me, but other people.
It certainly has, it's a cultural milestone of sorts with a fully Asian cast, and I got to respect that. I put some respect on that. But that's the only positive, real, tangibly positive thing I got to say about it.
Awkwafina
I like
was
Awkwafina.
funny.
She was funny. Yeah, I was about to say that.
She's really good.
And Ken Jeong was funny too, but
Kim Jong was funny.
Yeah, but Kim Jong
pretty standard.
Can not be funny. Like,
right.
He's just great.
He's always great. I agree with that. Yeah.
Penis. All right. So I just had to. Sorry, I had to.
It really puts the cherry on the top of that whole conversation.
So Black Panther moves on.
Shocker.
What a shocking development at Entertainment Champions Podcast. The number one moved on.
Crazy.
Not as crazy as Rich Asians, though. Let me tell you.
Because they're crazy and they're rich. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so the next matchup is, it's JD, then Kyle, then me. It's probably another quick vote, but it's number 9 seed Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Fun movie versus number 8 seed Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yep.
Oh wow, yeah. I actually really like one of these movies, but I really love the other one.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the difference. We're not talking like a hair difference here. It's like one is like a full star rating above the other.
Yeah, big time.
Maybe star and a
big
half.
Jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just going to quick vote this one.
Quick vote.
Anyway, JD, what's your vote for this one?
It's gonna be Fallout, man.
Fallout 76. Gotcha. Kyle, what's your
exactly best game ever from what I heard?
Fallout 76. I'm not gonna lie, it was apparently the third most played game I played all last year, according to my PlayStation stats. So I'm
Jesus
sorry,
Christ,
everybody,
dude.
I failed you. And to give you an idea, my fourth most played game I put 88 hours into. So sorry, everybody. Just think what number 3's at. Just think about it. What could it be?
Boy.
Somewhere above 80.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, my vote is it's unanimous. It's just Mission Impossible Fallout. Ant-Man and the Wasp is a lot of fun, man. I watched it again. Still had fun with it, but it's totally forgettable fun at this point. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I had like no
It was
depth
it was
to
a
it at all to me.
necessary. It was a necessary palate cleanse of a movie. Like
I think it was.
Yeah.
too.
that context certainly matters, but yeah.
I actually have forgotten like what they were fighting for in that movie.
Same here.
To go get what's her face's mom back from the quantum realm.
Yeah, but like,
there's more things going on than
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
Walton Goggins in a forgettable villain role.
I
Big
forgot he
shocker.
was in that movie.
Yeah.
he was in
totally
Tomb Raider 2
forgettable.
as forgettable villain number 2
Oh
of the
my
year.
god, he
Forgettable
just
in
had
two movies,
he just
man.
had a bang out year for just being forgettable. So
Poor fucking guy. Yeah.
I know, yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't deserve
Ant-Man and the
that.
Wasp, I didn't understand the urgency of it, honestly. Like, they tried to make it feel urgent and contained, so to justify why... get it? Justified, because Walton Goggins.
Justified.
To justify why they were not in Infinity War. And
Yes.
I didn't understand the urgency. Like, the ghost lady was, like, dying or whatever, and she was, like, minutes away from dying or whatever. But literally, they could have talked it out for, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't have taken that much time at all. But I don't. Maybe we just didn't spend enough time with that ghost person to understand her personality and why she was being so stubborn about that shit. I really didn't understand that part of it. That was my main gripe. On top of the forgettable Walton Goggins and his crew. Whatever. There's a lot of humor in it though. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
But coming out of it the second time, I was like, I didn't like that as much. Like I like the mid-credit scene where it ties it into Infinity War. That was kind of like, oh shit! Like, everybody in the theater. That was great. That's it though. That's Mission Impossible Fallout. We're gonna have to save some shit for that. So, anyway, the next matchup. I guess I'd fill it out. I should not be a cuck. I should fill it out.
Fill it out. Don't be a cook.
All right. So Fallout moves on. The next matchup is number 13 seed.
This is it.
This is it. This is one. This is it. Number 13 seed Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay.
Okay. Best Picture nominee for some fucking reason.
Yeah,
Right?
that's gross to me. And you're probably gonna find me to be a pretty big apologist of this movie when we start talking about it. I
Same
guess.
here, but like even like all of us like Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's like
that's a goddamn
8
joke. Best
out of
movie
the
of the
8
year.
best movies of the year.
Those
Fuck
not
you.
only there are lines as corny as his teeth in this movie. Like
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah, that's true. So number 13 is Bohemian Rhapsody versus number 4 seed Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
God, fuck that movie.
quick vote this. Come on, please.
Yeah, we're gonna quick vote the fuck
my
out
God.
of this. My God, we're gonna change our minds. Not at all. Unlike Owen changes his mind immediately when she's like, "Come on, you got to help Blue," and he's
No, I
like, "Let
can't
him
do that.
die," and then the next scene he just shows up.
Yep, I'm here.
I'm here because I saw your ass when you walked away, or whatever his
Remember,
reason
because
was.
you're hot, and I'm here now. It's like
You're hot.
What's happening? I have no
I
idea
like
what's happening.
redheads. So I'm
Did
here
y'all
now.
date in between movies? I don't care. Why am I asking these questions? Like, God.
Didn't they tease at the end of the first one that they were going to stick together, and then
Yeah.
they fucking didn't anyway?
Nope. No, they didn't anyways. You know why? Because they're incompatible, and that's supposed to be the fun part, is that, like, look at these two completely incompatible
God.
people, like, getting things done.
That's
I'm like,
the
I'm
fun part.
not buying into this at all.
That's the fun part of their dynamic. Wow. So yeah, we're quick voting this. I'm first, and then it's JD, and then it's Kyle. So my vote is for Bohemian Rhapsody. It's pretty easy. JD.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to second that notion.
Second.
Yeah, BR. Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, Jurassic World was one of those things where like I was kind of picking it apart as I was watching it, obviously, but like I enjoyed things that were happening more in the moment than I did in retrospect. Like I'm thinking back on it, I just get more mad, and especially when I talk to you guys about things that happen in the movie in terms of like, especially the female clone girl, and she's like, they're just like me, and I'm like, there's nothing poignant. There's no poignant point to make in these movies. They're fucking dinosaur movies.
Yeah, right.
Don't try to be some type of smart sci-fi bullshit that doesn't land at all. Like another movie that's out right now that I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, these are like in ballpark twist of stupidity to each other. The one that's out right now probably way more stupid, but well, they're playing the same game, I would say.
Yeah, and I would say that I did actually enjoy my time with, even if I didn't like Owen's. I mean, that was more in retrospect. Me hating Owen's reason for actually going on the adventure to get to save the dinosaurs. But like in the moment, as the volcano stuff is happening, that was pretty exciting stuff. It was like the first third of the movie, though, and then it's over.
Yeah,
and then the rest of it is
something totally different.
Let's bid on these dinosaurs at a totally unreasonable and illogical low rate.
$20 million
for a fucking dinosaur, people.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Bye. Get yours today.
Apparently, there's a ton of them. I don't.
And they're all trained to follow like laser dots, like a cat or something. Like I didn't understand anything that was going on there.
And then that guy just couldn't resist. Oh, I have to go in there and get me a trophy.
Yep.
Nothing goes wrong to anybody that does this.
No. I know.
No, not at all. They're not in cages for a reason.
It's like it's like the dinosaur's tooth or whatever the fuck he was after was made of cocaine, and he couldn't resist. That would have made more sense.
Yeah, that's actually makes way more sense.
I probably would have gone in there for that.
Yeah,
a whole dinosaur tooth size full of cocaine. I'm in. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, come on, man.
But like, it's like the best cocaine.
Right there, it's sedated. I could probably risk it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like the best cocaine. Dinosaurs make the best cocaine because cocaine's a human discovery.
Sure.
So dinosaurs, turns out, something in their teeth makes the best cocaine ever in the market. And people lose their minds. That would have been like a fucking wild, crazy ass fucking thing to add in the movie. That made me go, gotta tell you, got balls, movie.
Yeah.
and then Pablo Escobar's ghost shows up and is like,
really went for it with that one.
Because there's got to be things we don't know about dinosaur DNA that falls in line with what some shit that we have nowadays that we discovered.
Broke down that dinosaur tooth. We realized it was pound for pound the same chemical makeup as.
Especially if they're living and breathing and you can experiment on them like assholes. But whatever. That's besides the point. I don't want to. I'm literally just writing more shark jumping moments in the movie. It's stupid. It's dumb.
There's plenty, and it's dumb, and
love it.
And everybody should feel bad for going to see it and making it number 4. Absolutely.
I feel bad for seeing
don't ever add young kids like millennials to like round out your cast. Like, oh, we got to bring these to a dangerous dinosaur island where like a volcano is exploding and they have no fucking background in like survival and they're fucking nerds that just like came out of like a classroom. Like, are you kidding me? Why are they there? Like what's happening here?
Also, why is one of them really bad?
Yeah, where did you get him from? Don't give him more work. Put him back, or her. I forget which one was bad. Because it was just forgettable in general.
I like the young woman lady, trying to be respectful. Overly respectful. That's way too much. I pile on. I liked her from, there was a movie in 2017 I saw at Dallas International Film Festival called Mr. Roosevelt. And she was like the best friend of the lead character or whatever. And she was really great in that. And I still saw that she is a good actor, at least in Jurassic World. Okay, the material obviously isn't there.
I forgot who was bad. I guess it was the nerdy boy.
I think it was the nerdy boy man kid.
Man thing. Yeah,
the nerdy lad. If you just say lad, it's like neutral.
That's true.
The nerdy lad. He's awfully annoying. Just obnoxious.
He screams real good.
Yeah, he's got a good scream, but I have a feeling that's why he was cast. It's kind of like
probably. Yeah.
Hey, you got a good scream, come over here and do the scream, and then
you'll do it a few times because it's funny, we'll make it funny, and it's like, man, you didn't have to do it that many times.
Don't worry about the rest of delivering the lines. We don't need them to be believable in any sense.
Way more time than this movie deserves. This movie's
way
really
more time.
bad. It's garbage.
Right.
You should all feel bad for...
Bohemian Rhapsody is better, but that's not... It's saying a lot, but also it's not. Just don't worry, we'll get there.
It's saying more about the lack of quality in Fallen Kingdom than the quality of
Yeah, because Bohemian Rhapsody sets the bar pretty low in terms of like being able to beat it, and Jurassic Park doesn't even come close to doing so.
Yeah. It's one line away from the Freddy's father saying "wrong kid died." So I mean, that's where Bohemian Rhapsody lies in terms of music movies.
Right. Oh, God.
But it's still better than Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. Wrong kid died. All right. It's made me fall in love with Dewey Cox way more. Like, it's crazy. The more that mediocre music movies come out, the more I'm like, hey, by the way, Dewey Cox, you guys have watched that recently? Or?
Yeah, right. It's so relevant.
It's so relevant.
You've never tasted Cox unless you've tried Cox or whatever his little slogan is.
You don't want none of this shit.
You don't want none of this shit. It's not addictive. It's the cheapest drug there is.
It makes sex feel awesome.
That sounds really fun. Yeah. I kind of think I want to try that.
Well, try it. And it's like cocaine the next time. You don't want none of this shit.
You don't want none of this shit,
none
man.
of this shit.
It makes sex amazing.
Well, I kind of want to try that.
Okay, you know what? I'm a Tim Meadows supporter. I fucking love Tim Meadows.
Yeah, Tim Meadows all day, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe Undercover Brother, not so much, but everything else.
Definitely Ladies Man, though. Very stupid how funny it is.
Very disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I looked at someone took 2 fat hams and stuffed it down the back of your pants. It's so bad.
Oh my god, the next matchup is actually difficult. Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
here we go.
This one.
Number 12 seed, the Star. A Star is Born. Not the Star, as the movie would lead you to believe. A Star is Born versus number 5 seed, Deadpool 2.
Oh.
Fuck. We actually have to discuss something.
Yeah.
Kyle, you're first in this round.
I watched both of these movies. I watched all these movies. I guess we don't have to preface that every single time. Yeah. I like Star is Born. I was surprised how much I actually liked it, but I like Deadpool way more. It's a way more fun movie, and fun is a good currency right now.
Yeah, it's a good way to put that.
It's a great currency to have right now. So yeah, I like Deadpool quite a bit. So I'm gonna go with Deadpool.
Yeah, I thought having you go first in this, well, I mean, that's just how things landed, but still I thought it would like lead me one way or another, and I'm still split on it, so I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. Because like Deadpool 2 has the rewatchability factor.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Star is Born doesn't have that at all. Like,
no,
do you want to get depressed as fuck? Watch Star is Born.
Probably never watch that movie again and be fine, yeah.
I watched it again with my mother, and I'm like, why am I subjecting myself to this right now? I don't get it.
It's pretty miserable, especially in that back fourth act of the movie. But I don't know. I did like Star is Born more overall as a movie than Deadpool 2. I ranked it higher on my list and shit like that. I love the music. I'm a fucking music cuck, though. So, I mean, what do you expect? I did like the original songs they wrote for it. In the moment, I was kind of like, no, the songs aren't really memorable. And then, like, 3 weeks later, I'm fucking like, I'm still off the deep end. I'm like, fucking A. These songs are good.
Yeah, I remember I went into it with you telling me that the music's not memorable, and I was like, why the fuck have I been like humming it since it's come out? And like, I'm not even that attached to the music, and I'm so like, God damn it, they had those hooks, those mental hooks that they had on it.
Time to let the old ways die.
It's a great fucking song. I think the opener is a killer opener song too.
Oh yeah, by the wayside.
That's like a perfect like southern rock. Gives you a taste of what
that concert.
Yeah, same here.
I would go see Jackson Maine. He's fucking awesome.
He said he had like to do that. He had like not even like a 40-minute set in the middle of a festival. Like they were like, okay, you have 40 minutes. Go up there, and that 40 minutes included like setting up the shot, getting the set, like getting all their equipment out there, and included all that stuff. So they fucking rushed to do that shit. Like,
that's insane.
And the fact that they pulled off one song is a miracle on its own.
Right.
I think having that context kind of, I don't know, it might have elevated my opinion of the movie more a little bit. But yeah, also Sam Elliott delivering a performance that I'm never going to forget. Shit.
He's so good, dude.
Yeah,
He's-
Sam
Bradley
Elliott was great
Cooper's
in that movie.
one of his best performances too, I think.
Oh yeah.
Can't
It's
undersell.
probably my favorite of Cooper's.
Yeah, even
Overall.
over like I know American
Definitely
Sniper
mine,
got a
yeah.
lot of buzz, but like
I didn't see that because I'm not a nationalist, so I don't fucking care.
Oh wow, taking the high ground on that.
I mean, like that's everyone's like, but you like America, right? I'm like, yeah,
Dude,
but
don't even get me started on like the patriotism movies that always drop in January. They're like,
Yeah.
we got to remind everybody that we love America, and I'm
usually
like,
usually
Yeah.
directed by Peter Berg.
yeah, exactly,
But
yeah, yeah.
sometimes like Peter Berg does make good, like well-made.
he
movies.
does,
So there
for
are,
sure.
like the Boston Marathon one, I think.
Patriots Day, yeah.
Yeah, I had no interest in seeing that because I was just like, nope, rah movie.
Just
I saw
went through
this shit
this.
live
Yep.
3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But you pushed me on. You're like, dude, it's a well-made fucking movie.
it
And you
really
were
is.
not wrong. I mean, that was great.
Yeah.
So that's my bias. But no, I didn't go see that fucking movie.
But yeah, definitely I definitely find Star is Born to be Bradley Cooper's best role. And that does kind of say something because I do feel like he's put in some solid work before.
He directed too. That's hard to split your brain
yeah.
like that. You have to be in
Yeah,
it
and
and out of it at the
his
same time.
debut.
You know. It's
Yeah,
pretty-
how do you do that? Because
impressive.
Jackson Maine is definitely a character that you put on. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not somebody
he's
that
not, he's not putting in a
he's
low
not Adam Sandler or whatever.
performance.
Like,
Exactly.
in
yeah,
one of
yeah.
his lowbrow comedies where he's just roll camera and he's Adam Sandler. It's
Right.
he's got to put on that low register. He's got to put on a brave face and be a man's man or whatever the fuck. 'Cause
Right.
He's
And
like
he
the kind of
acts-
guy who doesn't show emotion.
And he acts real good drunk all the whole
Man,
thing.
He is such
Man, he does a really good job
convincing
nailing
drunk. Yeah.
like just being just like a sloppy drunk person.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good. Yeah, he does a really good job in this movie.
and those scenes felt entirely natural too because I feel like he was doing shit and Lady Gaga was just reacting to it, and that was pretty much their rapport for the entire movie. Was kind of like they would just kind of do things. I mean, they knew the setup for a scene, obviously, but they would just kind of do or say things and just react to one another. Especially like the scene where she's in the tub and he's like calling her names and shit like that.
Oh yeah, he's like, well, what do you mean walking around with an ass like that? Well, what does it fucking mean?
yeah. And then he just slips out like, "Well, you're ugly, you're fucking ugly, or whatever." And then she like stands up, "Get the fuck out of here," and stuff like. She's still naked. She doesn't give a shit. She's like fully
Full
naked.
bush.
She's, "Get the fuck
Full
out of
bush.
here." Full bush.
Full frontal.
Nice. Good on you. Good on you, Lady Gaga. Good on
Thanks, Gaga. Thanks.
you. But like that was like a genuine reaction because like she didn't. That scene just escalated on its own. Really, like it.
Thank you for
where they
genuine
think-
reactions.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I think they just kind of like knew where they wanted to take the characters, and I don't know. They just kind of ran with it in a lot of cases. But other times, there's like that corny shit where the way he proposes Lady Gaga was super fucking like out of a rom-com movie, and I was like, what the fuck? That felt so out of place. Like the
How do you
scene-
do it again? How do I not remember
He
that?
took a guitar string
Yeah,
tip
and it-
off of one of Chappelle's guitars
and
and,
it, like-
made a ring. And
Yeah, but then like the way the
yeah,
scene
yeah.
plays out, they like stop.
Oh, but it was around the dinner table
Yeah.
at like, your
Yeah.
friend's house. Yeah,
And it was
yeah,
like
Does it under
stop
the
mid
table.
conversation, and he presents the ring, and like there's like no music or any background sound, and like, it's so corny and so like, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm going for though. Corny
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a good word to settle on. I do like. I still haven't voted yet. Fuck.
Yeah. You're what is it? You're standing up on the stage and just filibustering. That's what you're doing.
Stars Born is a Best Picture nominated movie. I'm not gonna say that's gonna sway me one way or another. I'm just throwing that fact out there the way I did for Bohemian Rhapsody. I wouldn't have nominated it myself, but I wouldn't have nominated like Deadpool 2 either. So let's be real.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's kind of a dick move, and it's not meaning to, but I'm gonna go with Stars Born.
Okay.
Sorry to JD.
I mean, I'm fine.
I did love Stars. I did admit, like, when I was kind of debating certain aspects, that I liked it more overall, so I might as well.
yeah.
I don't know. Just certain things are more impactful in that movie than dick jokes in Deadpool 2. That's not all Deadpool 2 is. I don't mean to minimize it.
Yeah.
It's 90% dick jokes. Let's get real. Let's not try and like hold back like how
There's definitely some of the best humor. Like, that is one of the best comedies. I'm definitely going to nominate it for that. And the Cookies coming this March or something.
In our continuation to Never Let Go of 2018, we will
Yeah.
bring you the cookies.
Yes.
Coming in August of 2019,
Yeah.
we will give our final 2018 year review episode.
So, JD, what's your vote? I'm sorry.
No, I mean, dude, you know I fall into the same like boat as you when it's a music movie. Like shit like that, just it always reaches me, and so really right now, I think I'm gonna go with Stars Born as well.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Stars
We're gonna
Born.
be that podcast. I just want to point out
look.
there. We're gonna be that podcast, guys, that chose A Star Is Born over Deadpool. You know,
Look, it's gonna.
that labels you in a certain category.
That's
like when
fine.
you pull moves like that.
That's fine. It's for me. It's just more on the serious level. Like some of the fucking performances are fantastic. The chemistry's there.
Yeah.
You get a good performance out of
big time.
Andrew Dice Clay. Is not the biggest jerk in the movie. Like I don't know. That surprised me.
He felt like a caring father.
It's like, I don't think you're just this weird, Jersey piece of shit guy. Like, you portray yourself sometimes in shows and movies and whatnot. So yeah, I think Stars Born surprised me more because when I saw that trailer, I fucking hated it. I turn around, just want to see you walk water in line in the trailer.
That trailer.
That's why after that, like I don't know, it just didn't work for me out of context of the scene. But yeah, once I saw the movie, man, I mean, I was in tears multiple times. Sam Elliott, I know Marshmallow is going to win this thing because he's in the supporting actor category, but Sam Elliott deserves that fucking statue so goddamn
forgot
hard.
who you were talking about for a second.
Sorry, I need to say the full
Ali,
name.
Marshmallow Ali.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think Stars Born has a lot of really good elements working for it. With Bradley Cooper and Gaga's chemistry and Deadpool. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that one way more. It's fucking funny. Kind of rewatched it like halfway while it was on the other day at my sister's place. Yeah. It's a movie I could like if you see it on FX or some shit and it's halfway through, you just pick it up and start it and finish
super
it.
Easy to watch. It's super easy
but
to
it was exactly what I expected, and so I'm gonna give the edge to Stars Born because that like far exceeded my expectations, which were 0. I thought it was going to be total garbage.
Yeah.
So,
and that I just want to look at you one more time thing is definitely one of the other corny moments along with the proposal. See, like there's some like just straight up romance movie moments in that, and I'm like,
I guess there's got to be. I mean, that's kind of what it is, but
I still felt their chemistry, despite all that. It was very strong.
Yeah.
But Deadpool 2 is has been one of the best gags of like the X-Force all dying like immediately and like
super
so fucking hilarious.
Until Spider-Verse, I guess that was considered the best end credit scene of all time in Deadpool 2.
Going back and like adjusting the timeline,
that was good. Yeah.
That was so good.
Killing himself reading like, Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff,
Good shit.
Important. It's important things to fix.
Yeah. Very, very meta fourth wall stuff in that one. But.
Very funny. I'll watch that movie a lot. I don't disagree with you guys. There's definitely more heart in A Star Is Born, a lot more feeling, a lot more personal attachment I can see for you guys and stuff like that. Whatever. It's probably not gonna win against whatever's going up next. Neither was Deadpool, so.
It has A Star Is Born also has an unrealistic take on songwriting, but I think we'll get to that. Well, I think we'll get to that. When we're talking movie weaknesses and stuff like that, because it's got a tough matchup ahead of it, I think.
I figured
I don't know.
So, yeah.
A little bit tough. A little bit.
A little tough?
A little tough. I don't know. All right. So the next matchup, sorry to all apologies to Mr. Poole and all of his fans.
Thank you, Mr. Poole.
But the star that is born also moves on. So, all right, here we go. Number 15 seed is A Quiet Place, which is like a lesser version of Bird Box, so I'm told.
Yeah, much less. Much less.
Versus number 2 seed. Oh, look, it's Disney again. Hey, it's Marvel's Infinity War.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, Quiet Place.
Yeah, really.
All apologies to A Quiet Place. We appreciated you having deaf representation in your movie, which was felt authentic.
Hey, that was good. That was a good touch.
He was a really good actor, too. And
the use of sound is used to perfection in that movie.
Really good scares in that fucking... Oh, man, that movie is...
Great scares.
Yeah.
I loved how everybody in the theater gasped or started saying no, like, depending on how loud your fucking theater was.
Yeah.
Was when she was walking down the stairs and you knew the nail was there or whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, oh, or no, depending again how annoying your theater was.
Yeah, and they showed it earlier to tell you, and it's like, don't fucking, no!
Oh, God, it's good, too, so you feel like, I was sitting there just squirming, oh, God, just scream.
I've never heard an Alamo Drafthouse Theater so quiet, because there's always, like, rustling of food and drink and stuff.
There was
like
barely
that's
any
always
of
there.
that, dude. Yeah.
And kudos to them for catering their menu. Like, hey, don't eat that crunchy shit, bitches. Eat this soft shit. So that helped.
Right.
But like in that moment, everybody's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like
it was the
everybody's just
quietest.
like collectively stopping.
I saw it like a couple weeks after. I was a little late to A Quiet Place after everybody had talked about it, but like there was still enough people in the theater for me to notice how silent it was in there. And I saw it at Draft House too, so it was odd, because everything's served with that fucking paper. So it was very strange for it to be so quiet. I'm like, holy shit, everybody's really into this movie. That was like a collective experience.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
It was
good
cool.
weird, but
good weird.
I liked it. Yeah, they did a good job with just making it a good spooky movie. We don't get a lot of those, like just with like some good jump scares and just kind of it's a classic horror movie.
but not too many.
It's not,
they didn't rely on them at all. It's
not like it's not like one of these new indie heady, scary movies that are coming out lately.
The ones that aren't like crowd pleasers, the ones that kind of like appeal to a niche audience, like Suspiria or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This movie comes out and it has like mass appeal and it's not fucking garbage, which is good.
Right. It's not Bird Box.
It's fucking Bird Box. Yeah.
Sorry to
Paranormal Activity 7 or whatever. The newer shits where they're just
we're
like
gonna get A Quiet Place too, which is unfortunate.
I don't know.
Should not be a thing.
I agree. I felt like it was pretty clear, like, oh, humans have a one-up now in the battle, so it's fine.
Right.
I'm good.
Turn your volume.
I heard that they're like, well, it might be a prequel. I'm like, oh, well, they kind of already, we know what happened. They did a good job, telling us that too. We don't need to see that. But whatever,
this is still, we're just eulogizing Quiet Place because this is going to be a quick vote, honestly.
Yeah. Avengers is fucking great. So,
Avengers it's Infinity War. Come on, guys. That not only was it probably one of the biggest blockbusters of all time, definitely the biggest one of the year. It was good. It's
was
just
looking fantastic.
On paper, you're like, there's no way this can work with everybody. Especially 5 years ago when they told you eventually roads were leading to Thanos. You're like, well, how are you going to have time for all those heroes? And they fucking managed, dude. They just killed it. Yeah,
they fucking did it.
The order is JD, Kyle, and me. JD, what's your vote on this one?
I know how to erase half of this bracket. Buy A Quiet Place.
Yeah, there you go.
You're dead.
That's cute.
Yeah, I thought of that all by myself.
Get it?
Yeah.
Kyle, what's your vote? Please don't be cute.
No
Avengers.
Okay. Yeah, shit, I was going to vote for Quiet Place, but whatever, that's fine.
We could shut you out on such a bad decision. So.
Such a bad decision. That's funny. Infinity War moves on. Obviously, it feel like it was obvious. And okay, so the next matchup, number 10 seed. Oh, this is actually. I think this is a good one. No, it's not. Never mind. Just kidding. All right, so this is a number 10 seed Solo, the movie that crippled standalone movies in the Star Wars franchise. Apparently.
Yeah, thanks everybody for
because number 10 is so
much.
bad. Yeah. Versus number 7 seed The Grinch.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I've seen The Grinch, obviously.
You've seen it. We've all seen it.
Maybe not the one that came out at 2018, but I'm 100% sure I've seen that one too.
You know it.
Like in a different.
You know it.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, we're like strangers passing in the night, if you will.
Right.
I'm perfectly. I think The Grinch by the end of it nailed the emotional stuff. It got me in the theaters. I was like, holy shit, I'm actually like emotionally caring about this this Grinch fellow and his reasons for not appreciating Christmas. But there's a lot of fluff in that movie to pad the running time to like 90 minutes. And it's just like they add like a pointless story with the he was going to choose a reindeer to run his sleigh instead of his dog, which in the animated story in the book or whatever, like it's always his dog,
Yeah.
So they chose to go that way and introduce this reindeer thing, but he ended up like settling for like a fat reindeer or whatever. But then like through the training quote unquote process, he discovers that fat reindeer has like a fat reindeer wife and kid or whatever, and he's like, oh okay, well I'll let you go then. Like that's when his heart starts to grow a little bit. He's like, okay, well I'll let you go then, and I'm like, well what was the point of that then? Just train the dog. Like, you just fucking spent 20 minutes on this fucking thing. Like, It was clearly there to make you feel like, oh, this is a longer movie, because that animated one we all know from our childhood is not even a full movie. That's like a 40-minute special or whatever.
Right.
But it's very watchable, and it's got that famous song.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, this is still a quick vote, even though I felt Grinch was mediocre and Solo's a little bit above mediocre. For me,
A little bit,
it's a little
yeah.
bit above it.
A little bit about
But yeah, like I said, the ending of the Grinch, I think it hits that, but it's still all the stuff before it. I was just kind of like, I was kind of like the twins in Matrix Reloaded. I was like, can we move it along?
Yeah, sure.
That was a
That's
deep
great.
cut reference.
That's
we are
good.
getting very irritated. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to quick vote this shit. So I'm first, and I'm going with Solo. So JD?
Solo.
Kyle?
Solo.
Solo Dolo. Yellow.
Solo.
All right, so
Solo.
Solo
His name
moves
was
on.
not Solo. Solo.
And I don't think it'll last very long, but it moves on. It's just the luck of the draw, I guess.
That's surprising.
Hey, audience, you picked with your dollars, so it's your
You
fault.
sure did.
Yeah, this is. Remember, if you're not happy with this bracket, it's your fault.
I didn't see any of these movies. Still your fault.
Shit. The next one is literally a battle of Disney movies. I'm telling you, man, Disney had like 6 spots in this fucking thing.
Yes.
The next bracket is number 14 seed Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph Breaks the Internet. I was like, what dumb title did it settle on? That's right. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Makes sense. Okay. I'm pretty sure he wrecks stuff, but all right. And then number 3 seed is Incredibles 3. So this feels like another quick vote, honestly.
It feels like a quick vote to me.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I was
some
probably
parts more than
more
others.
let down than enjoyed on record. Because I liked the first one so much, and this one I was just like, what's going on here? And there is moments that I really like the princess stuff or whatever. But like,
yeah, that was good stuff.
Most of it I was just like, okay, well, I'm ready for this.
Yeah,
to be
the
done.
ending stuff was very silly. Like, very, I don't know. It just kind of didn't jibe with what they did in the first one.
Yeah.
I get it. He's facing himself and his own fears or whatever, but it just felt, I don't know. It was kind of a dumb ending, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In the moment, I was kind of enjoying it, and I appreciated the message of, like, you'd still be friends regardless of where you are, or whatever the fuck. Grow up. I don't know. There's many messages there for kids to assign to it with their, smaller imaginations. But for adults, you're watching it and you're like, what are you doing? What are you really doing here? But yeah, quick vote in this shit. Kyle, I wonder what your vote is. What's your vote on this one?
Incredibles 3.
Oh, there's a third one? You love the second one so much you're gonna vote through the third
Incredible.
one. Okay.
Yep, I'm voting for the third one. I'm hoping for a third one.
I think you actually called it 3 when you introduced the matchup.
I think you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I
Oh,
picked
my
it up from. I'm just gonna hump on that train.
Right. I don't even care. I'm not gonna rewind it and listen for it. Blame the wine.
There.
So my vote is Incredibles 4. So JD, what's your vote?
Ralph 17 is my
Live
favorite.
shit.
No, I'm going with Jack Part 2.
There were apparently like mid-credit and post-credit scenes for Ralph, and I didn't even bother to stay around for them. I was just like, okay, I get it. Like, I was like, I get this movie. Bye, I'm leaving.
Yeah, you saw it in theaters, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Incredibles 2, JD and I saw together. That's a hell of a movie.
That was fun, man. That was really fun. I ate way too much food at that one. I
Oh,
remember.
really?
Oh my god, that was
I remember
bad.
us laughing our asses off, dude. That was one of the best.
It was funny,
comedy,
man.
like pure
Jack was
comedy
cool.
movies to watch.
We had some teenage dudes next to us that were laughing their ass off.
Yeah,
and
they were loving it too. Yeah.
We're old as fuck and y'all are young as fuck. It's great.
Yeah. Generations
Yeah, we get
collide
it.
and enjoy this
All
movie
right.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next matchup is very poetic. I could not have scripted this. This is so perfect. Thank
this
you,
is
audience.
Fantastic.
The next matchup is number 11 seed Venom. Got to put some denim in my matum.
Thank you for doing all of that correctly.
Versus Bless the Rains Down in Africa. It's number 6 seed Aquaman.
Hey, Toto is
This
fucking
is very poetic,
rolling over
actually.
my graves because that song.
This
You didn't plan this?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't even tweet. I didn't bombard people like, hey, you should go see these movies more so I can put them in a matchup against each other in the first round of our tournament show that clearly we have a lot of listeners of. This is perfect, man. This is like
This is
the
so
battle
great,
of
yeah.
mediocre should have been betters.
Yeah. That's about right.
But like the fans of both love them so much, and like I mean, I think you mentioned, Kyle, the other day that there was like a Tom Hardy thread that you dropped in on, and it was just like all compliments of Venom.
Dude, there was like by the end of it was like 75 people deep, and not one single negative thing said about this movie.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm like, is this happening right now? Like, and I'm talking about Venom. Yeah, I'm like, this is nuts. Like, because there is a lot of shitty things about that movie.
Yeah, they're really, really dumb.
But it's not as
really
bad as
stuff,
like
yeah.
initial people, I guess, try to make it out to be.
Yeah, there was kind of like I think there was just a review consensus that more critics disliked it than did like it, and so that obviously that lowers the tomato meter, and everybody focuses on that number instead of like the average rating.
Right.
The average rating is what people should look at, because that could be like the tomato meter could be like 34, and the average rating could be like 5.6 out of 10 or 6 something out of 10. Mm-hmm. It's just that's the amount of people that said nay to it, you know. And the average rating is more like who gave it a C or who gave it a D or whatever.
Right.
So they have their own little Metacritic system, but everybody ignores it. Everybody ignores the average rating. But yeah, it is very interesting though that they all got like the same sense of it. Like they kind of reviewed it in the same way that a lot of people viewed Bohemian, where it was like, man, this could have been something special. This could have been so much more based on who was involved.
Absolutely.
And it was just like
Aquaman is the opposite. I was like, this is going to be bullshit, and it ended up being more than bullshit. So it's like they actually are two.
We were
even though they
shitting
end
on
up
it
being
so
mediocre, they end up achieving two different things. You know, like.
It is pretty wild, and at the same time though, I think Venom was so shit on after seeing like the first few trailers with the CG. That they settled on, by the way. That was the CG that they ended up going with for the fucking
they didn't make that better.
Yeah,
that's how it looks like.
They didn't make that better. Got a Venom. They didn't do that at all. They didn't choose a better song to go with for the title of the movie.
Oh,
so many fails.
I still to this day believe he woke up that day and wrote that song.
Yeah,
I had to get this to Fox. Oh shit, or Sony, whatever. Whoever.
Let me write these verses on napkins. Got a napkins.
Blackins, napkins.
Oh shit. I think I think JD, you're the first vote in this one.
I don't want to.
I don't either.
It's actually really easy for me.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna go with Aquaman.
Yeah, that's the right
because I think the overall, like the spectacle of it, is what worked for me.
Yeah, the action is way better.
Yeah, the action is fantastic. Once you settle into that art style, because in the trailer it was really jarring going between the on land stuff to and now these guys are like floating and talking underwater, like it was
with their CG hair.
Yeah, it was a weird juxtaposition when it's quick cuts between the two. But in the movie, it doesn't do that. You're underwater for a good period of time, and then you're on land for a good period. So that taking you in and out of it didn't feel as jarring in the movie itself. Plus, dude, I mean, I know Hardy, you might say, delivered a better performance than Momoa, but Momoa fucking had so much fun doing that, and it showed.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, I expected Venom to be pretty terrible, and it was pretty not as terrible as I thought, but still bad in a lot of ways.
I had fun with it by the time the credits were rolling, and then the post-credit scene is something, mid-credits or whatever, is pretty terrible too, but but yeah, still the whole of the movie was actually kind of fun.
I don't care for either of the mid-credit things for either of these movies.
Oh no, the one for Aquaman was just like, oh cool, that's
bring him back, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Exactly. Oh dang. Just when I thought we got rid of him.
Right.
Kyle, what are you voting for? I mean, I assume it's going to be.
I think it's Aquaman for me as well because of what I said earlier. It's like I expected Aquaman to be like bad, you know, and it ended up being really good. And originally, the idea of a Venom movie is like that's a great idea, you know, and it ended up being really bad. So so I think the better story there is the underachiever, you know, at least getting some sort of like success story, and I think DC kind of needed it too. So I think like it's the win that DC needed right now, and that counts for something too.
Yeah.
But yeah, still plenty of issues with it, just not as many issues as I had with Venom. So Aquaman.
Venom.
Yeah,
man. I'm just gonna make it unanimous. Aquaman. It is pretty easy, honestly, because the action sequences, they're pretty show stealing in that.
They are, and I
and
wanted
Aquaman.
more. Like,
Yeah.
There was a lot going
not
on.
in a bad way, but I just wanted so much more of that spectacle. Like, it was so good.
That whole
Yeah.
trench scene is like the best part of the whole movie for me.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
not that ship.
Yeah, I love that part. Yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, that's we're past the first round, and
You
we're
did
going
it,
to the
DC. You
quarterfinals.
beat a Marvel movie. You did it.
Congratulations!
On our podcast, we're saying something nice about you. Hooray!
We're about to shit on it in a little bit. Yay!
You're about to lose to a Disney movie.
If you're happy now, just wait another round.
3 superhero movies, technically 4 if you count Tom Cruise, are in our quarterfinals.
That's definitely a superhero.
He is a super.
He's definitely a superhero in that.
1,000%.
He's got something going on.
Did you see him run across that bridge?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude.
No, I missed that. That happened.
It's
to
about
run?
6.5 minutes.
He runs? What?
Yeah.
What?
Totally normal episode here happening. No edits at all. Anyway, so we're on our quarterfinals, and the first matchup is Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. Perfect.
Yeah, versus Black Panther.
What?
Black Klansman.
Like white.
What
With
man?
these. I believe with the right black.
I believe with the
Panther.
what?
We could take back Wakanda. All of a sudden, it's like Benicio.
Oh man, Black
boy.
Panther. Man, if Eminem did the fucking theme song for this, oh my god, there'd be so many riots.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh man.
Wakanda's shit. Oh yeah, or whatever he would do. I don't know.
Oh no.
This is legitimately a tougher one, I think.
It is harder.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible is up way higher for me. I'm first in this round, by the way, so I'm not just
Oh, I go last, so yeah, y'all can
thieving the
be held
spotlight.
accountable for all this.
No.
I'm not okay. I need to go ahead and just clarify this because I'm not. I'm sure whoever listens to this will probably be like, oh, he's just feeling guilty or whatever. But I feel like I should go with Black Panther on this one.
Oh, okay.
And it's not just for it being a cultural landmark in the vein of Crazy Rich Asians, but I felt this one obviously did it better. And this is one I still go back to, and it's almost like a fresh experience going back to it because in my head there's certain things that like bother me in terms of like Daniel Kaluuya's character or whatever, and like some of the third act CG bullshit, and how they're so welcoming to Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger, like in Wakanda, just because he killed a white dude, just kind of like. Okay, well, I mean, not just a white dude, but you know what I mean.
Right.
It's like he killed a guy that they hated, and it's like, well, get in line. You know what I mean? Like, there's tons of people they probably hate. But it's just like, I don't know. In my head, I have those issues, and then seeing it play out, it's a totally different story. Like, it's like I watch it again and get reminded of how fucking great it is. And, yeah, it is a big deal. I'm going to be honest, man. It is a big deal. Mission Impossible, you could technically minimize it down to, yeah, it's another Mission Impossible. What do you want? But it is a better made Mission Impossible movie. You could argue people have said that it's the best one. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna go Black Panther. Fuck it. I don't want to be the bad guy.
Okay.
Jeez.
Don't worry, it'll lose later. All right, so JD, what's your vote?
I have no problem being the bad guy here.
Okay.
I have zero problem with that at all because you can't at me. I'm not anywhere.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's true.
no, I mean, the one thing that I could hitch on to steer me towards Black Panther is the villain angle. Killmonger's like
fucking great.
so fucking good. We were a bunch of dumb fucking pre-Infinity War idiots. Like, could he be better than Thanos? Well, he's probably not. But he's for like a self-contained movie.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite villain performances, like outside of Joker and a lot of these other great ones that we've gotten over the years across these comic book
his
movies.
Cockiness cannot be, can't be understated here. Like
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
he had so much to that by just being cocky as shit,
And,
that's what people had problems
wasn't
with. That
wrong.
complain about it when he goes, hey auntie or shit like that, and when he goes sup or whatever, whenever
Yeah.
Black Panther is like first revealed as not being dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he's just a cocky shit. How
Right.
it's not that hard to
that's his
understand.
character, Yeah.
No, and I mean, I would get why some guy who grew up in Oakland, knowing he had a royal birthright in a fictional country in Africa that nobody knows about, might lead
Put
to
the
a
chip on
little
your
bit of
shoulder.
bottled up cockiness.
And not to mention his body
Absolutely.
count up until he got to Wakanda is so
I mean,
ridiculously high. He's like,
already a killer.
nobody
Like,
poses a threat to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not at all.
yeah.
No one has ever.
But I know
come
what you're
across
saying
me.
about him not being wrong. I mean, his ideology isn't 100% wrong. Arming the rest of the world, or arming the
Yeah, it's more the execution.
Yeah,
of
obviously,
his
yeah.
intentions that I have a problem with. But him trying to go and claim his birthright, as we got another movie like that this year where that guy was the hero. But anyway, it worked for me. It really did.
Aquaman.
I believed it. Yeah, Aquaman.
Aquaman
permission to
just
come
fucking
aboard the throne.
Hey, throne.
Oh my god.
Right. It's like, dude, you're already on it. Like, yeah, but
But like,
permission though.
but
Yeah,
permission is cool.
Can you just give me the
Can I
okay?
leave?
He's like, just Arthur, just sit on the goddamn throne. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Oh man, I'm still going with Fallout though. Overall, I like the action better than Black Panther.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
It just the things about the Mission Impossible movies that work for me, just totally fucking worked for me in this one. There's a 15-minute helicopter chase scene, 10-minute helicopter chase scene, something like that. So the set pieces are great. We gushed on this in our last episode. I mean, it was pretty.
Yeah,
it was,
that was my favorite action movie.
We got to talk about that for a minute. So I'm gonna go with that one. It was a ton of fun in the theater. A lot of build up for this one. For me, I think I watched the whole series leading up to it and filled in some of my gaps. So I have no problem objectively putting it at the best Mission Impossible movie, but the first one will always mean more to me. So I'll probably always have that
Damn.
ranked ahead. Dude, I saw that one with my dad in the theater. I remember seeing it vividly, and yeah, man, that was just near and dear to me. Three is great though. I mean,
I'm pretty split. It's not even
I
the
love
third one. I
3.
think the fifth one is where it really turned a corner and started impressing. I mean, that's where
the
Christopher McQuarrie
first
took
one
over.
with the Syndicate. Yeah,
that's where McQuarrie took over, and he started making things linear and
that's true.
episodic. But yeah, that was like the first turning point where I was like, these are going to be hot shit now. I see how it is. Like,
yeah.
The fifth one is. Where
I'm excited to see what he does with a deliberate 2-movie setup. Like,
I feel like it should be a 2-parter based on that, right? I mean,
yeah, I think that's why you. I think that's why you
finale.
do it, because
Absolutely.
you definitely want to give that guy as many movies as you can, because he's just knocked him out in the last 2. And let him creatively tell a 2-movie arc.
I feel like Tom Cruise won't do any more after that because it'll be like an age thing at that point.
Yeah, I mean, come on, insurance has got to have some restrictions, right? I mean, like this
like
guy,
they're only allowing him 2 more.
and it's not that he doesn't hurt himself; he's gonna fucking hurt himself.
Yeah,
like
he'll die on camera and put it in the movie. Yeah, he'll be like,
oh god,
put a contract in there that's like, leave it in the movie if I die.
Right.
Just rewrite the script and write it around my death. He's a psycho, but Xeno give him strength.
Insane.
Xeno give him strength, I guess.
Xenu, be with you, buddy.
Crazy. Xenu. Gotta get up, Xenus.
Because there's more than one, because it's plural Xenus.
Kyle, what is your pick on this one?
God damn you, JD.
Hey.
For splitting this vote, particularly.
You like Black Panther, Cap?
Technically,
yeah,
I
I
could've
know.
been the
I'm already the podcast Black Panther hater, apparently. So that's good. I think I'm gonna go Mission Impossible as well. I think I like it better as a movie. I think Black Panther is a lot of fun.
Using the old Jeff Stars born argument.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I just
the
like
old
it more, so
argument that just happened about 30 minutes ago.
Exactly.
I mean, just Mission Impossible. I have more memorable moments in that movie than I did Black Panther. Whereas Black Panther, I'm just like, yeah, the whole movie was pretty cool, and like Killmonger was pretty cool, like as a whole and stuff like that. But like, I'm like, man, that helicopter scene and that bathroom scene and that there's just so many fucking moments. That moment where like everyone is like got guns on each other in the basement, where all the lines of the sand are being drawn, like right there. I'm like, there's so many fucking amazing moments in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And it is probably the best one. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm partial to 1, 2 myself. That's nostalgia.
I do love the first one, but in terms of like order, it would maybe go like 5, 3, 6, 142.
Okay.
Get higher because I'm so unsure.
2's definitely at the bottom though.
2's definitely, but sorry, John.
Oh, yeah,
John Woo. Yeah.
totally.
It wasn't very good. But
Sorry.
but
Love
I
you,
get
John.
it though. Like, it's not like Fallout's undeserving because that movie is just fucking incredible. It's not The Incredibles, but it is incredible.
It is
Yeah.
Mission Incredible,
Mission Incredible.
starring Jack Jack. All right. So the next one, again, this is poetic, and I don't think we aimed for this, but it happened. It's Star is Born versus Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, 2 Best Picture nominees, and we already got rid of one, and that's Black Panther.
How dare we?
How dare we?
Wow.
I know that's if
Wow.
you don't vote for that for Best Picture, then you're fucking wrong. So
I get apparently.
I'm very
I mean,
racist. Jesus Christ,
What does that mean for
that's
us?
not why I voted for it. That's not why. I just think
I mean,
the story's
look,
better.
the
That's
achievement of that movie and the
Yeah.
fact that it exists is impressive as shit.
Yeah.
Like, it is a cultural milestone, but it doesn't make Fallout not a better movie for me.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
all right, okay, racist.
Sorry.
All right, so here we go.
I mean, that's fine.
I know, I'm not going to double down like that, so I said my piece.
Plain and safe. But yeah, this one is actually kind of easy. I think this is easy. Like, I feel like Bohemian Rhapsody I could watch repeatedly. I could, because all roads lead to the Live Aid gig.
Yeah.
True.
And I
You
love,
get a lot of Queen,
Yeah.
like the music,
Yeah, you do.
and through the whole movie, you know. So, like, if there's a moment you're like, I don't really like what's going on, and I like this song. Oh yeah, here we go. You know,
Yeah, here we go. Oh, another hit. Oh, here we go. All right. I love that both of these take a bullshit approach for songwriting, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
One
And
particularly is the bullshit is rooted in the history of the songwriting, like in terms of like, oh, the bandmates and Queen were about to fight each other, and then John Deacon?
Yeah.
Roger Deakins?
Who's
Roger
John
Deakins.
Deacon?
Yeah.
That's the screen,
Roger Deakins
that's
is
the
the
cinematographer.
cinematographer. Roger
Yeah.
Deakins is the cinematographer. John Deacon is the bassist. Okay,
That's right.
So Deakins just comes in and starts playing, like the
bass riff.
another one bites the dust on the bass,
Dude.
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's not how that fucking happened. Probably
That's not how it happened.
No.
It was fun.
Still-
It was fun though.
It's a
you
good
know,
movie
like-
moment. It's very Dewey Coxy,
Yeah, absolutely.
but it works
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
movie. And like,
And I like
parody
that
way.
part about that movie, even though I know it's a bullshit. Like, so, like
Yeah.
that's not how it happened. Like they're
Yeah.
not all sitting there, and he's not like, and that's when the operatic part comes in. You know,
Now comes the
That's not how it
opera.
happened.
Yeah.
You know, but like,
Yeah.
it was still like fun. You know, to
Yeah,
be
and
like,
I did
okay.
like seeing the construction, even if it was
It's
like
coming all
less-
together here.
It was less than what I thought it was going to be, but I did like seeing some of the construction of the actual titular song,
titular.
Bohemian Rhapsody. So I appreciated that stuff. Again, I thought it was going to be like more.
And I like the Wayne's World joke. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, fuck it.
That was
Can't
good.
see them bobbing the heads in the car.
I
Yeah,
thought that was funny. I could have not used him, like showing him at the end, like during Live Aid, like he's just sitting there in his office, like bombing. Like, yeah, it was.
and
I
he
don't need
hadn't
that.
really aged. Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
exactly. Yeah, it's like he's just sitting there. His office hasn't aged at all. Like nothing about
Nothing
it's different,
about
you know?
him is
Like,
aged.
Okay, whatever. I didn't need that at all. It's really stupid of me, but that's fine.
Oh boy, and they weren't even singing like Bohemian Rhapsody. So why was he shown at all? Like
Right.
they were singing like Radio Gaga or something.
Yeah, right.
The movie turned me on to that song big time. I knew that song existed, but it wasn't like a
I
song.
like that. That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah, by them.
It's honestly not a song that I was ever like, oh, that's my favorite Queen song or whatever. But now I'm like, I get it in my head all the time.
Pretty sure that was in which GTA was that in? I think it was
really?
5, the most recent one.
Oh, interesting.
I forget which one it was in, but like that, man, I would, when that one would come on, I'd be like,
You got me
yeah,
right. That sounds familiar.
boom, cranking it. Even though you can't crank.
I did. I think the bassist wrote. He has the most interesting musical songs, in my opinion. I think the bassist wrote that song and the lyrics.
Huh.
He does have some of the most interesting songs in the discography, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, like his melodies just go different places and stuff. And then whenever they kind of adjusted to like the dancey disco era, and then he did Another One Bites the Dust. The dude just knows how to adjust, and it's a shame that he retired after Freddie died. He was just like, you know what, it's not Queen anymore. I'm good. And because he could have been still like a voice and music and stuff.
Oh yeah, sure.
So that kind of sucks. But it is cool. Also cool. They can all sing their asses off. People just assume if you don't know everything about Queen, you could be one to assume that Freddie just does all the backing vocals.
No, that was
Nope.
No, yeah,
across the board, man.
That's all of them.
right.
They did that before he joined too, like before it became Queen. Yeah. So that got me super into Queen. That movie, Mission Accomplished movie.
Yeah.
I still feel like Star is Born's a better movie though. But anyway, it doesn't matter for me. I'm like in the middle or whatever. Kyle, what's your vote on this one?
Oh fuck, I'm first. Shit. I mean, Star is Born is a better movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
It just is, you know. So I think I'm just gonna have to go that, just to kind of keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm voting for that too. I'm not going to split it or anything.
Yeah.
Sorry to JD. You got shut out,
I like Bohemian Rhapsody though.
Yeah,
I like it too. Not Best Picture like it, but I like it.
It's not Best Picture. That's a joke to me. When it was him and his dad, probably this never happened. I have no idea. But when him and his dad like hug at the end, I'm like, that's nice. Good for you two.
That's nice.
I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Wrong kid died. Yeah.
Wrong kid died, but they're hugging now, so it's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's good, you know, and yeah, I had a lot of like questions. I was like, was there really an evil boyfriend, Jeff? And you're like, no, Kyle, I don't think there was. I was like, okay, I have to ask
they
shit like
added
that
so much drama just for the sake of making it a compelling music biopic, and like, I get that because drama. But yeah, like that stuff. I'm pretty sure he did sleep with a guy or whatever, and Freddie was introduced just because of the way the rock star lifestyle is. He was just introduced to things naturally in terms of he was more open to exploring like drugs and a lot of sex, all types of it,
all the time,
and but I don't think it caused that irreparable, whatever. I don't think it caused that type of rift in the entire band. And then they reunited at Live Aid or whatever. They were always together.
That timeline.
Yeah, there was probably never never a rift. Yeah,
they never really broke up in that time.
Yeah,
frame.
when he did solo stuff, he just did it.
Yeah, it wasn't this big rift between the group. Like the whole we're getting back together for Live Aid for Freddie and rallying behind him.
Right. And we're doing it 10 days before. Yeah, 10 days before it. You know, we're gonna start practicing 10 days before it actually starts.
Right. I think the only accuracy was that his voice was going out by that point.
It had started to. Yeah.
You can tell. You can tell in the actual performance too.
Yeah.
Just the way the notes he chooses to sing are just wildly different, pretty much. And the AIDS thing he didn't find out until like 2 or 3 years later. So yeah.
So he didn't know before?
No.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, and that
it's a big change
again, big time. But again, mission accomplished movie because I went home and just immediately watched the Live Aid performance for real.
Oh sure, I've watched it like 5 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Since that freaking thing debuted. I wish they would tack the real one onto the end of the movie so that when you're there in the theater, you get that out.
I think it's on the DVD, is what they said.
It is for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, it deserves to be cool.
Yeah, so for everyone who wants to own that movie, good for you. Have that now.
I like Lucy Boynton. She plays his female lover in the beginning or whatever.
She's quaint.
I like her in things. She's a beautiful lady, and
she's very pretty.
Just put her in more stuff. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
I like all I can picture of her whenever I envision her face in my head is her saying Cosmo, because of Sing Street.
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't downloaded it though.
Cosmo, come on, Cosmo. Like she nicknamed him Cosmo and shit. Anyway, you fucking got to see that movie. Littlefinger dances. It's a jolly good time.
What?
Littlefinger does dance.
Yeah, he does dance in it.
What's his accent like?
Good question. I don't remember.
Oh.
Regular?
He does regular?
He has one? Yeah, I don't know.
The stocks. Winterfell.
He doesn't fall out of between 3 accents, if that's what you're asking. So.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of what I was going with, like the strength, the quality, you know.
I think he chooses one and sticks with it.
Lady Sansa.
Lady Sansa.
Sometimes I'm Scottish, and other times I'm not.
Fuck. So Star is Born moves on. Interesting. Already got an interesting semifinals going on here. All right, so the next matchup is fucking easy as shit. Solo versus Infinity War, but this war is going to be infinite because this is going to be fucking easy.
Yep.
Hey, I wonder how Thanos got his name. Did he go up to a desk clerk and he was like, "What's your first name?" Thanos. Last name? I don't have one. Cool.
Okay, it's just Thanos.
He goes up there and Peter Quill's behind the desk. He's like, "Oh yeah, you look like a Thanos," and then he got his name.
Yeah, that's true. Can't call you penis. Maybe I switched the I with an O and then whatever. Fuck it.
penis. But, God damn it.
Anyway, this is going to be a quick vote as fuck. So, JD, what's your vote?
Bye, Solo.
Yeah, bye, Solo. Yeah, Infinity War. You've been snapped. You just got snapped. Whoa!
Snaps giving. Oh man.
Yeah, that's good.
I met your mother crossover. So Kyle, what is your vote?
Solo.
I fucking knew it. Star Wars cuck to the rescue.
Star Wars cuck. Oh, to get rid of. I mean, Solo to get rid of. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're changing the way we do things. So I'm voting for Infinity War to keep. So Infinity War moves on. What a shocker. Look, I think we all kind of like the more trailers that we saw and the more obviously that we were all in the know of the production woes. God damn it, Jeff. It's like making a typo in our group chat, and I just want to cuss in all caps after I type it wrong.
Typo after typo after typo. Yeah. Great.
So yeah, production woes. We knew all about that shit, so we were not looking forward to the final product, especially having seen in the trailers some of Alden's performance already, and he's like, "Oh yeah, what's that?" And we make fun of that fucking face all the time.
Oh my god, that fucking face, dude.
That was the equivalent of the dick sucking meme for us for like good 2 months, where we steered every conversation or reaction back to that picture for a good 2 months.
Oh man, yeah, that's true. You're right about that.
But then we saw the movie and it was fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie. Yeah,
I agree.
It was just, I think, individual moments that we all kind in were.
Yeah, I think we all
place or
passionately hated the Chewbacca stuff and the meme.
I like Donald Glover, you know, doing his Lando stuff. I like that he was fucking his robot, and they just nonchalantly kind of skirted past that, but like it was in there. I like a lot of like weird little things in the world building, and like even like the tournament, the little card game that they're playing or whatever. Not the tournament, but the card game that they're playing. Yeah. To win the Millennium Falcon. I just like all that stuff. Like anytime that you're just like in a room, there's a lot of aliens. I'm like, yeah, this is Star Wars to me. In a dark like den area with like just alien faces staring at you. Yeah. You get that. A lot of dumb shit too in this movie. Yeah. I don't get what the bad guy was like. What? So he was bad.
He was just bad.
Yeah, he's part of the syndicate, so he's just bad. Yeah, why though? But he likes art. Okay, is that the extra layer? He just really likes ancient art. Okay, that's fine. But you get a nice little Sith reveal at the end, which is a lot of fun. It's like the best part of the whole movie. For someone like me, who was really dialed into where that character was and what was going on, I was just like, bold. Wow, you're reintroducing that, and then now we're never going to see any of that again. So that's good.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
Thanks Disney. Thanks everybody. And I like the Queen of Dragons. I thought she was fun in this movie.
Oh, she was good. Queera.
Yeah. I won't call her by her real name. So, Queeria.
Yeah, it's spelled weird.
Queeria. 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 I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But she was great. I had a lot of fun with her and her little like, is she good? Is she bad? Like I was in on that like whole entire thing.
Yeah, me too.
That's kind of like the girlfriend that like Solo deserves, and even like after Woody Harrelson was great.
Oh yeah, I liked him too. Yeah, I liked where he went.
And Maeve was great. There's a lot actually like
Maeve was great when she was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the second that she was there. Yeah.
For a brief second. Yeah. Yeah. And Jon Favreau was good as the guy, the little whatever he voiced
the pilot,
dude.
the first pilot,
the pilot dude. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
It was good for a moment.
Yep. I did not like what's his face Han Solo speaking in Wookiee.
No, that was stupid.
Never
shit.
ever do that again. He's never done that, and it was all it's just no thanks to all.
And then he never did that again the rest of the movie. Like it was fine.
Yeah, right. What if like he fooled Chewie? He's like, I really only knew that word.
And then I'm glad he just took it. Another dumb part. Obviously, we touched on it. The Solo name giving.
Yes, stupid. Very dumb.
Because not only was it dumb, but they dwelled on it. Like he was like, you don't have a family. Well, oh boy,
you're alone here. Wait, you're singular. Like, and I feel like it didn't happen this way. It's like, but you're alone here though, and you're single. It's just you. You're single.
And you don't have
what
anybody here?
What do all those things mean? Han Solo. Like, okay.
I don't know what to do. It would have been funnier if he like dwelled on it like way longer. Actually, I would have respected it more if they went Arrested Development with it.
What do we do?
We know how stupid it is. We're just gonna put it up.
Yeah,
there's not an option for this in the computer.
Yeah, he's like on the radio, but he's like looking right at me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get this guy out of here so I can get to the next. There's a line behind.
There's a line, Bill, of people that are with other people. They're not solo.
We got it. Han Solo.
God, that would have been so fucking good if they leaned like the Arrested Development way with that joke or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't a joke. It wasn't intentional. But it is fucking hilarious because it's stupid. It's so stupid. Stupid.
So dumb. It's really dumb.
It's apostrophe oopid.
Stupid.
Anyway, Internet Wars moves on. Infinity War.
Oh, and the Kessel Run was cool. Really cool.
Kessel Run was cool. Yeah, I like that. That delivered on the
was
being called the Kessel Run and being a thing from Star Wars history. That was cool.
Yeah, it's like, man, yeah, he went into it and fought him off something. I don't know.
Okay.
A lot of stuff was going on there.
So the next matchup is another quick vote. Sorry to all the DC fans, but hey, it's time for another JRR. JLR. Right?
Yeah, JLR. Oh, I did call it JRR earlier.
Oh, wow,
that doesn't make any sense.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're past it.
Oh, man.
So we got Aquaman. Hey, permission to come aboard the semifinals. Nope. Versus Incredibles 2.
That's a negative.
That's a negative. So I think the order, it's just me, JD. It's just me this time.
It's just you.
You guys are out.
Okay, you got this, man.
I got this. I'm gonna take this one solo.
At least you're not taking one for the team.
What if he went up there? So if he went up there with friends, it would be like, I don't have any family, but these are my friends. Han with friends.
Han group.
Yeah. Han with no family, but
Han.
with friends.
Or he's like really unoriginal. He's like Han, not solo. It's like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Han has friends. Han.
Remember how they hyped like that his fucking last name was going to be revealed or whatever? Like his real name was going to be revealed in the movie before the movie came out too. Like that's just another point of disappointment in my opinion. Like I remember them saying, and like I don't know if this was when the two guys were attached to direct, the Lord and Miller were attached to direct, or if it was when had to have been when Ron Howard was on board. I'm pretty sure it was when he was there because he was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna find out his real name."
Well, guys, we're gonna shoot this real well.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, real name? Oh shit, what does that mean? Han Solo's not his real name? What?" And then we got that. So that's great. Thanks.
Yeah, they focused on the wrong angle of the Han Solo's not his real name thing.
Yeah,
they showed you why it became his name instead of showing you
what his real name actually was.
Original name was.
I don't care about any of this. I just don't care about what his name was or what it could have been. Like it's just. That's what his name was. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to.
Yeah,
like,
and especially when
no one asks you, Kyle, how do you get your name? My parents' name. Who gives a shit? Like, what do you mean? That's a stupid question to ask somebody. Like, yeah, I've never pondered on how he got his name.
I mean, it focuses on lineage so much, and you've got these weird family names that are out there, but like, aren't there other ones on the list that you would want to know the origins of more if you cared about that shit, other than Solos? Like, wouldn't you want to know the Skywalkers? That's an interesting fucking last name.
I know all those names.
I mean,
it is.
I'm just saying.
It is an interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
Walking on skies. What was it? What's it doing?
They walked right
We're in the sky and you're walking in it.
What kind of shoes you got to be wearing to walk on the skies?
Yeah, I expect because everything's literal in Star Wars now, as Solo has shown us.
Yeah, this keeps me up at night. These kind of things.
You know what keeps me up at night? Aquaman for the worst.
Your job? No.
But it does. That's true because hey, we're coming up.
Yeah, you get it because you're awake at night. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna quick vote this one because it's Aquaman versus Incredibles 2, and obviously this merits a quick vote. Aquaman went from being compared to Venom, beloved, but now, sorry DC fans, I'm gonna shit on it a little bit. All right, so my vote goes to Incredibles 2.
My next?
Oh, sorry, JD's next. Sorry,
Incredibles 2 for me as well.
It's like I was pointing at you, but I wasn't.
I don't know what's my cue.
Sorry, Kyle, you don't get to vote for Aquaman. I know you wanted to.
I'll be quiet then. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I know you wanted to. I know you're a big DC fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge DC fan.
Yeah, dude. Like, this movie's fucking. Come on, just come on. It's good, but like it's fine. Good.
I would feel like dirty, like even defending it.
Yeah,
you know, like just being like, you know, like you can have fun with it. I'm even writing an article going like, yeah, I spent a whole year shitting on this movie, guys, and it's not so bad, you know. But it's not one that you still root for Wonder Woman. Still, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Root for more
still
like
set
Wonder
your bar
Woman.
a little higher.
Yeah, and when people like try to assign more depth to Aquaman, depth because water.
Oh, I didn't get it, but then you explained it and I got it.
Yeah, that's honestly that is literally the only depth there is.
Oh,
to the
that
movie.
joke is just so out of our league.
Oh, you.
Like I thought the get it Justice League. So I thought the I thought the father and the Nicole Kidman mother story was like nice, sweet or whatever.
I like that sweet story, yeah. And their de-aging technology looked pretty good. You know, it didn't look like shit. Didn't look like Marvels, but it didn't look like shit. So
yeah, good for them for not looking like shit, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. There's just some things I just really didn't care for in them. I don't know. Sometimes the look was really weird for especially the people that are wearing aqua. What are those fucking uniforms called that they wear? The guards or whatever that go to attack Atlanta, and they also go to attack
Atlantean armor. You know?
Yeah, that armor that they wear. It feels very CW-y, and then the movie's not shot that way, so it was very confusing.
Yeah,
that entire look just felt off to me. That's one thing. The story is not going to blow anybody's skirt up.
The comedy is not present at
all.
No, it's failed.
It tries
there, but yeah,
it tries very hard.
It's never at any point funny. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I've often heard the complaint from DC, like big DC fans that also like Marvel, but like not as much as I guess we do. But their general complaint about Marvel movies is that it's too jokey, and also the jokes are like told in moments that aren't appropriate. And I'm like, well, explain Aquaman then. Like, I just don't.
Yeah,
the jokes are fucking awful in that movie.
They're poorly constructed.
They're so
not
cringe.
Set up. Like, yeah, it's not good.
Like everybody in a full theater is going,
yeah,
it's fucking
Come on,
bad.
Fight Club. Like, yeah, that's awesome. A Fight Club reference because
that was 20 years ago. And
I don't get it.
and turns out Amber Heard might actually be a little Fight Club in real life. So there's that.
Right.
Maybe.
Swinging today.
But yeah, that humor was just a giant letdown in all regards. But she ate a flower, Jeff. Yeah, it's not funny.
Yeah, that part, I was like, that's the cute part in the whole movie. I'm like, no, I could have done without it.
Yeah. I don't know why the music especially got rom-com-y, and it was a very jarring part of the movie.
I really don't like that whole trading gazes part in that whole scene. I'm like, this is happening way too fast. I'm not into this at all.
No,
and then they start exploding each other, and I'm like, okay, this is all right.
And by the way, I think there were 4. Somebody counted, and I think there were 4 explosions that interrupted conversations in the movie.
Oh God!
I think if you've done it more than twice in one movie, you've done it too much.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
that's a little absurd. And I get you're like trying to lean into being just an action movie, like full.
They're on the hunt, you know, like
John Woo
hunted.
action movie, but like no, just stop doing that.
Even Michael Bay would be like, dude.
They weren't like big explosions. They were like kind of like they were just interrupting explosions. That's
yeah,
it's a difference. It's not giant Transformers explosions.
Conversation.
Yeah. I don't. Fuck, man. There were problems. Like the dialogue was really clunky.
Why didn't you just pee on it?
Hey, like.
Remember that was funny.
Could have peed because I got a dick and I could take it out.
Yeah, because I could spit. You could have said spit
man.
Too. Like you could have said a lot of different things, but I'm a bro. I like how there's a lot of articles out right now. It's just like, they've turned him from Joss Whedon's Aqua Bro into a real Aquaman. I'm like, no, he's still Aqua Bro for sure in this whole movie.
It's like you forgot that.
He talks like in a surfer accent the entire movie. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna become king. Like I'm just like it's. He does a really good performance, and he's really like charming in the role and stuff like that. But like he's a dude, bro. Like that's what he is. So
and also
dude.
in the trailers, you got that sense already. Like when he goes, permission to come aboard, it's like, oh, he's still a bro.
Yeah, big
like
time.
how
he's got catchphrases now. Good.
Just because the movie's about him doesn't mean it's like he's not a bro anymore, because he fucking is big time. So that was irritating. There's other shit to not like about it, but Justice League, though, it's a piece of shit, right?
Justice sucks so much dick, dude. Oh my god. Just why would they even like? How? How did that movie get put out in the way that
I remember when, again, another common DC complaint is there's no stakes in Marvel movies, or they don't feel it. I've yet to feel legit stakes in a DC movie.
No, not once.
Because, hey, the biggest stake that you had was Superman died, and then at the end of the movie pretty much hints at he's coming back to life, and then he comes back to life in the next fucking movie. So what stakes are you
what are you guys talking
your
about?
opinion on? I don't.
And like all your other movies have been prequels for the most part. Like Wonder Woman, it's like, well, she's surviving this movie. Like, you think she's gonna die at the end of this movie?
Right.
You think she's gonna lose and like
surprise,
Ares,
it's all
like,
a dream
rules
or whatever.
the world forever?
Yeah.
No, that's not how World War II ended, or World War I. Like, that's don't be fucking stupid. Like,
yeah. I gotta appreciate Aquaman happened after Justice League, and they made like two references to that dumbass villain. And
that's it. They just go, "You beat Steppenwolf," and I'm like, "Oh, that's all they're gonna do, huh?"
And that's all that they did. Thank God.
Fuck. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it was really a good time, and I can't praise James Wan's his action sequence. Wow, his action sequence is enough because they were really inventive. A lot of single take type continuous shot trickery, which was really clever for this genre. And he did lean into I felt he leaned into the corniness of the character.
I think he did too.
Whether or not some of the actors knew that he was doing that, I don't know. Maybe Momoa thought he was doing something serious. I don't know.
It's
hard to tell.
Patrick Wilson knew exactly what he was doing, and he hammed it up, I think, on purpose. And
he
dialed
did.
it up to 11, and just was like, this is what you guys are getting.
Yeah, this is what
Ocean
you guys are
Master,
getting.
that's my name.
Yep.
Okay, if you guys are getting exactly what.
And my motives are weak as shit. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Why are you doing this? Because I want to own the 7 seas. Yeah, but why? Because I'm not happy
trash
with the
in the
amount
ocean.
I'm not happy with the amount of power I have right now. And yeah, something about trash.
There's like trash and shit in the ocean.
Yeah, right. We're real mad about it. Yeah, well, like we live real deep. It doesn't really bother us,
And instead of being, look, again, this is like another thing where I mentioned this about another movie that I can't really remember what it was. It might have been Ant-Man and the Wasp. I can't remember. I think it was Ghost. Yeah. This is another villain where like I didn't really fully understand the urgency of their motive. Like, why did you have to go to war with the people on land? Why couldn't you have had a 5-minute conversation with them and been like, hey guys, we're down here and can you stop throwing stuff in here?
Yeah, and by the way, no, you can't come down here and visit us. So
exactly.
Yeah, like we're gonna keep it still the same. Just you can't do that anymore. We're gonna kill you.
Yeah, we will literally kill you if you try to come down here. Please leave us alone and don't throw trash.
Well,
Thanks,
and then
bye.
why is he's like, well, the way I'm gonna go and get my army is by murdering the leaders of other people's armies. I'm like, won't the people be mad? Like, are the people gonna be that quick to just fall in line? Is that just the way their society works? Okay, I guess I buy that. Like there was a lot of just like things were happening really quick because the movie had to happen quick. Even though it was still 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Hours,
but whatever.
Christ. And a lot of people had complaints about Black Manta being included in it, but I thought he was used well as somebody that was just a tool for the main bad guy. Like, he was just a pawn.
But his character really made no, like, I agree, like, he offers some cool moments, and he is, like, a classic, like, Aquaman bad guy, but, like, he's given alien, like, technology, and he's just like, cool, I'm just gonna rework it into, like, my technology, and, like, the movie never tells you he's smart. Like, you're just supposed to, like, think he's smart.
Right.
All right, he's smart enough to do all this, I guess. Like, they never drop anything that, like, lets you know that, like, oh, like, he, like, worked at MIT, or I don't know. Like, they could have said anything, but, like, they didn't. So, all right. Well, I guess.
But even MIT wouldn't tell you, hey, if you ever get Aquaman, or not Aqua, if you ever get Atlantean fucking, like, weaponry, here's how you redo it.
This is how you solder it. Yeah.
And I like how he did it to, like, a 90s fucking track or whatever when he was like...
Oh. Oh my God! Can we talk about the dumb riff that happens every single time Aquaman does anything?
Time to stomp a mud hole in some butts.
Yeah. It's like, well, so what are we gonna do, Aquaman or Arthur, whenever anyone calls him? He's like, we're gonna
Arthur
go fight.
Man.
That's like his ringtone and shit. So it's like super.
And it happens. And sometimes it'll happen like back to back, and you're like, why did they do that twice? You know, like they did it in quick successions or whatever. I guess he said 2 cool things in a row. I don't know. But yeah, every time he does anything like seemingly like this that's supposed to be perceived as like cool or stepping up, like that stupid riff goes off. I'm like, you don't have this one. You don't have a Wonder Woman riff, man. Don't you know? Don't do that.
There was somebody that it might have been one of your friends, Kyle, that commented that he liked the references to Arthur, like King Arthur and stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, yeah, but it's just obvious though. Like, why would you like it here, but anywhere else you would be like, oh, it was way too obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just...
absolutely. Well, that's how the comic books were. It's like, well, yeah, but sure, but man, it was like really, like really on the nose, you know.
And it was on the nose in the comics too. But
you're gonna unite all the realms. You're gonna pull a weapon from some kind of stone. You know, like it's just very like, okay, guys, I get it. And then even that's what do they name him after? Like that's his father's like, oh, there's this old story about Arthur, and like he pulls a sword from the stone. Oh, I like that name. Let's name our son that. And like that's what again they remind you of this the entire movie. And I'm like, you guys, I get it. Yeah. I get what you're doing here. You know, stop it.
Yeah, I don't understand when people are like, it was really smart and deep how it leaned into that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like it was on the nose in the comics and it's on the nose here. Like it just you can just say it was on the nose. Like I don't think it was going for something deeper than on the nose in a lot of cases in this movie. Whatever. It's actually better than it deserved to be in my opinion because that character is just so meh. Absolutely. Super meh. And I did appreciate too that like they kind of hinted that, you know, Aquaman's going to go into this whatever fucking underwater and fight a giant monster for the weapon, and instead he just talks to it, which is fucking that was kind of cool actually. Like I was like, oh cool, good, save me an action sequence. Like I'm just tired of the big giant. We're gonna have a big giant fight with a giant monster or whatever. Thor Ragnarok did that too, where it was like, oh, he's gonna fight Ragnarok, this giant monster, and they just don't. They don't go that way, you know. They just have, you know, they have that whatever the fucking place he lives in destroyed, and it's great. I like that part.
Yeah, me too.
And then he comes out with the suit, and I was like, cool. That was actually kind of a cool moment. Whatever. It's like whenever Chris D'Elia would do the guitar riff. I'm coming out in a Aquaman brown.
It's kind of preposterous, but that's fine.
Oh man, and the songs chosen for the movie were fucking terrible. And
I bless the rain down in there. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pitbull
just don't.
Nationwide or whatever the fuck he says. I don't. Whatever he says. I'm terrible. I assume he says he's terrible. Does he fess up to it?
Suck.
I suck dick. Anyway, we're all voting for Incredibles 2. Let's just go to the next round. Okay, so the next round is Mission Impossible Fallout versus Stars Born.
Oh, wow.
This is a weird matchup. These two have nothing to do with each other. This is weird. We're never going to have this type of thing happen again. At least not with these two titles. What other reason would they had to be in? I don't know.
Well, this is really, it's so bizarre.
These are so fucking random. So Kyle, what's your vote on this one?
Oh my God. I mean, for me personally, I'll probably have to go Mission Impossible. I don't know. It's just it's the movie I'm definitely going to go back and watch more. You know, I don't know if that makes it a better movie, but man, it's one of the best action movies that we've had in a long time. You know, and I just continuing this trend of good Mission Impossible movies. You know, that as you were saying earlier, kind of started with the last one. And yeah, we're into some real deep, like great action stuff with this like team up with this director and Tom Cruise and everything. And Stars Born is great and everything. And man, it's one again that I was like, I can't believe I like this movie as much as I did. I can't believe I'm crying during it. I can't believe a lot of things that are happening I'm feeling during this movie. But Mission Impossible is awesome, man. That bathroom scene. Like, do I have to keep on talking about that?
Dude.
Like, it's fucking great,
and
dude.
And the build-up to it is perfect because they're like, they're washing hands like right next to him and just kind of staring at him, and and he catches on real quick, like these guys are here for me.
Yeah, right.
But
That's
then other
stupid.
people enter the bathroom. They take a piss. They just kind of stand there.
Yeah.
And then the other people leave, and they finally start fucking throwing punches, and it's
Dude,
like,
it's
oh,
fucking
yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
build tension to a fucking fight scene, dude. Like, that's how you do it.
Well,
It
and
felt
they
very old
show it
school.
in the trailer so you know it's coming. So, like, right when
Yeah.
they enter the bathroom, you kind of sit forward a little bit, like, yep.
Yeah,
there's
brilliant marketing on their
charging
part,
up
yeah.
his arms.
Oh my god, yeah, charging up his arms, very cool.
Yeah.
Cavill's like just a presence in this movie. He's
Yeah.
he's really finding his way, if you will.
I love annoyed Cavill face.
Yeah, me too.
When he's, like,
I can't
annoyed in
believe
the
this
helicopter.
fucking guy is still here. you
Yeah,
know?
and he's annoyed in the elevator, too. Like, when Tom Cruise jumps on it, he's like, come on, dude. He just pulls out his
Him-
gun like, come on.
Yeah,
Him and
really.
Paperboy need an annoyed off.
Yeah.
We need the
oh,
two- we need
man.
the two of them.
Oh, yeah,
annoyed in the same room
absolutely.
together.
Just in the same room together, just being displeased.
Yeah. He's the best. And you saw Widows, too. He's the best at Stoneface,
Oh
too.
my God!
Like,
he
when
is
Colin
so
Farrell's
good
in there
Widows.
talking to him, I'm like, this guy is just gonna... Is he gonna fucking kill him? What is going through his head right now, dude? That's an intimidating motherfucker.
Brian Tyree Henry did his best Stringer Bell impression in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's who's from The Wire, which you'll never watch.
Oh,
but
yeah. I totally know exactly
one
what
of
you're
the
talking about.
best villains ever, and it's Idris Elba. And he's
Oh,
fucking
yeah. I
awesome.
totally know.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. By the way, how good was Daniel Kaluuya in fucking Widows, dude?
Daniel Kaluuya was one of my that's one of my favorite things of his ever.
Hey, man.
Really?
Just, no, keep freestyling. Yeah, just keep doing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Run.
Jesus Christ, dude. Man, he's so good in the movie.
Dude, he is
and he's just stabbing that
stone
dude's legs.
cold
Oh, Kyle, you'll
fucking-
see. He's
oh
so
my
good.
God, the bowling alley scene. Oh my God.
You'll love it, Kyle.
So good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get to it this weekend. If
I
I
It's
can.
did-
so fucking good.
I did put him in my Cuckies nominees for Best Supporting Actor because I thought he was so good in that role.
He was great. Tall girl, Allison or Elizabeth Libedicky, rubber ducky, skibberdoopy. Yeah, whatever the tall girl's name is.
Yeah, she was really good in it, too.
She was great. She's British, I think.
I think so,
Naturally,
too,
she's
yeah.
playing like a Jersey girl,
Uh-huh.
and it's super convincing.
Super convincing, yeah.
And her arc was really good too. She went
Yeah,
through
I
a
liked
lot
her
of
arc of like, she. It's pretty clear that John Bernthal, of course, of all people,
shit. Peter.
beat her and stuff like
Be
that.
in less things, He's just in everything.
He is in everything.
He's in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt too, in the first episode
no.
of the
Get outta
back
here,
half of
really?
the new season. Yeah, and he plays like a love interest kind of person for what's the gay dude's name? I can't remember his name. But you know who I'm talking about. And he's just, I don't know, he just plays, he has a lot of very familiar acting tics that he does in every role. And it's just funny to see him in a role where he's like, has to kind of play a little flamboyant.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he's playing. Oh, wow.
It's just,
surprising.
I'm just really into the way you look,
Yeah. He does the turn to the side, laugh, and then come back at you with something serious all the time.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
let's go get coffee. Like, dude, chill. Chill.
He's an intense dude. He's only literally, I don't even think he says anything in Widows. I'm pretty sure he's in it for like 2 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, he has the one conversation with her, and then
Yeah.
you find out something.
And there's there's twists in the movie and stuff, but there's
There's plenty of twists.
we saw in the trailers that the husbands die, right?
Right.
So I
What?
mean, we knew that
Widows.
widows.
Widows. Gotta get them widows.
But so we knew
you get some widows.
that he
Hope
was
they
going to be
filled
in the
out those
movie.
wills, though.
Can you imagine not knowing that the husbands die? Like entitling the movie something else, that would have been fucking wild. If
man.
we saw John Bernthal and all these like major name actors as the husbands,
Talk
and they're all
about
fucking dead.
they fridged all the main characters.
Yeah, they fridged them, man.
No, we said
We're so
the male
offended.
version of being fridged is what, tool shedded
Yeah, they're
or garaged?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
We gotta come up with something-
Tool shed. Yeah.
Something beefy. Yeah, they tool shed all the stars, and then they shoehorned this female.
Oh wow,
Tool
yeah.
shed.
I buy into this.
Oh boy, it's
No,
good,
they
though.
did
It's
it
a really
right.
good movie. Yeah, they did.
Ocean's 8 needs to learn from this and stop making Ocean's movies and just
Yeah,
let
please
Steve
stop.
McQueen make more movies like this.
Exactly.
Please. 'Cause he's
So I'm voting next on this one. I apologize that we diverted, but you voted for Mission Impossible Fallout, Kyle, and honestly, it's kind of easy for me. Mission Impossible Fallout. That's
Oh wow.
Good,
it was in
good.
like my top 15 or whatever, and Star is Born is like in 30 or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I think it's
That
just a
adds up.
better.
Speaking of widows, by the way, she's okay. Sorry.
What?
Oh, because Gaga is a widow,
Yeah.
and because they were married. And,
Oh,
Bradley Cooper.
well, spoilers
Yeah,
on that movie that was remade 5 times.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
remade for the 3rd time. Yeah.
he took his own tool shed, so
Yeah, he
so to
did.
speak. In
right,
the-
right.
He was-
It was the slow burn tool shed.
Yeah,
Slow burn tool shed.
Where we actually got
Yeah.
to know him. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know that movie. I think rewatchability is definitely factoring into this, but on top of it, I think the craftsmanship. Bradley Cooper does direct the shit out of Star is Born, but I didn't start noticing it really until I think it was like when they started going on their trip to on their motorcycle to where he used to live or where his parents used to live or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And then I was like, oh man, yeah, he's kind of like direct. He's got an eye for this and stuff like that. It's not just like another guerrilla style music video where the camera's handheld and behind the shoulder and all that shit. But like then obviously there's more moments even more profound than that where like, you know, him and his brother are talking to each other in the truck. There's a great directing moment there and stuff like that. But I feel like the craftsmanship is even more fucking challenging in Fallout because they're jumping out of fucking planes for real. And doing like a single like continuous shot parachuting jump for real. Like that happened for real, man.
For real.
They happen for real. And I mean, I just feel like action when you're directing an action movie, I would imagine it's harder to direct. You know, because everybody's doing so much shit at once. I imagine it's harder to edit too, because you got to like edit continuity wise. You got to like, okay, this guy's punching this guy over here, so if I cut the camera over here,
right,
like to Henry Cavill cocking his arms like they're guns, then I have to cut back and remember where they left off on the fight or whatever.
Right.
I imagine it's very, very fucking complicated. And the fact that they nailed it, not just that they nailed it, but it's like the 6th time we're doing this franchise. And I'm not Fast and Furious out and going, oh God, this is so ridiculous. I can't handle this. You know, like there's nothing that's it's still Mission Impossible. That's the title of it, but there's nothing too preposterous that I'm like, they could never do that. Because we've seen, I don't know, just based on their skill set and stuff, they're called the Impossible Mission Force. So, it makes sense that they're able to do the things that they do, but they're also not outside. They're not completely outside the realm of possibility, which doesn't make sense because it's called
the
Mission Impossible.
Impossible.
Yeah, possible. Yeah. Yeah, I have to go with Fallout. I don't know. I feel like Tom Cruise, like, I don't understand how like dramatic acting, like where it demands your tears and stuff, gets commended more for physical performance, because Tom Cruise should totally be up for an Oscar for this role. It's not like a matter of, well, he's just Ethan Hunt or whatever, and it's just Tom Cruise cruising, but like
They just
the stuff
view it
that he
as
did
like
for his body.
Yeah, he really
Stunt.
committed.
Yeah.
it's a stunt to them.
Yeah.
They don't see
But
that
that-
side of it as acting, and that's a
That's
shame.
true.
Which is
Oh yeah, he
ridiculous.
can jump, he can run real good. So what?
Yeah,
You
cool.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're as vulnerable as somebody who's like, I'm gonna have to cry on camera or whatever, like the fuck
Right.
Bradley Cooper's commended for in Star is Born, which I actually kind of agree with, because I already said I love this performance. It's my favorite of
Yeah.
his. But it's still like when you're talking about crying and jumping over a ledge and breaking your ankle and still continuing to film the shot.
Right. That's a presence of mind.
Yeah.
That that's obviously he's focusing on it from like a God. If I don't do this, it's going to cost the studio so much fucking money. If I don't just
Yeah.
walk, that's all he had to
know.
do.
It's just not fair.
How do you
There's
do
so
that?
many things not fair. I feel like there should be a stunt category at the Oscars, and then I think action movies would be started. They'd start to like be taken more seriously, and I feel like that would inspire filmmakers to make better action movies as well.
Yeah, go for the
True.
stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel that would start a trend of maybe appreciating action actors more and getting them kind of talked up
Yeah.
as like potential
Ray
best
Dude
actor
would
nominees.
win every year he's in a movie, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel you, bro.
But yeah, Fallout's moving on to the finals. Yay, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yay,
Yay,
wow.
Black Panther
Kinda
sucks. We all agree. I'm just kidding.
Get out of here.
You can at me at Jeff Whitty, WIDDY. So the next matchup is Incredibles 2 versus another group of superheroes, Infinity War.
Mm.
It's kind of easy for me. JD, what's your vote?
I'm gonna go with the one that has a villain that's worth talking about. I'm gonna go with Infinity War. and it's way more nuanced of a conversation than that. But
Was he really the villain, JD?
Well, yeah. He could have just made more resources populate with the gauntlet if he'd snapped it.
But
he is a sociopath, so I don't know. I understood his reasons. At least it had a villain for us to have a conversation about.
Yeah, Incredibles 2, that's definitely the weak point on that one. Not really having a good villain. Slaver, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love The Incredibles though. Like, I don't want to slight it. It shouldn't be that easy, but this was the, this is what we showed up to this year for. This was the big thing, the big event, and it paid off.
Yep.
Incredibles 2 was a ton of fun, and I'd have no problem watching it again, but I'm never going to watch it as much as Infinity War. Fucking never.
I know. In fact, you know what? We're going to stop this. I might fall asleep to Infinity War. I don't know.
I'm definitely going to fall asleep after this podcast, and it's definitely
not a bad
going to be
idea.
Infinity War.
Cool.
Kyle, what's your vote?
Even though I just said all those things, going to be Incredibles for me. Yeah, why not? No, it's absolutely Infinity War. I can't, again, it's crazy to me how many times I've let myself sit down and watch that movie.
Yeah,
just because of just how and sometimes I'll just pick it up from somewhere like in the middle, like I just want to start with Iron Man.
I've watched the stuff on Titan, probably.
Yeah, I'll jump to that all the time, or just at the beginning of let me go to Nowhere with the Guardians, and I'll start from there, and we'll see what goes on. I love that movie, so. Bye.
I guess whatever. I guess Infinity War moves on, even though Incredibles 2 is clearly better. I'm just kidding. Look, I don't know if you're full blown hate. Better Incredibles 2. I don't know if you full blown hate the villain JD for Incredibles 2.
No, full blown hate it.
Oh,
I just
okay.
think it's it's nothing special.
I liked the idea behind the villain actually, especially for kids. I feel like
kids movie.
They could have leaned into that more, especially for kids that are watching it. But then it turned out to be more of a personal vendetta by the person that is Screenslaver. I'm trying not to spoil it for people that haven't seen it or whatever.
Right.
But when you find out the actual motives or whatever, you're like, oh well, then it's not a message at all. And that's kind of disappointing. Like it could have turned into a legitimate, kind of like Killmonger. It could have turned into like a legitimate argument that people have, about who was quote unquote right, but instead they went the personal route.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of unfortunate. But that movie is still that's not what you watch those movies for, more or less.
Oh, no, not at all.
Because the family dynamic is just perfection, and the action sequences are incredible. Well, that's the name of the movie. Huh.
And Jack's great.
Mr. Mom
got a great
Mr. Mom stuff with Jack and him at home are just, man, that's some of my favorite 5-10 minutes in a movie almost all year long, pretty much.
Yeah, everything with
so
Jack
fun.
is fucking hilarious, by the way. Not just the raccoon fight, but whenever he spends time with Edna and then comes back and he's like a trained monkey or whatever.
Right.
That shit is so fucking funny too. I remember laughing so hard at that stuff.
Yeah.
Just adorable. Probably the most adorable movie you'll see in 2018. But we'll continue to talk about that in August when we're going through our 2018.
Of course,
movie,
recap.
Yeah. The 2018 in retrospective in 2019.
Right. We're saving Gotti for a 4th of July hate watch. We'll let you know our feelings on that.
Oh my God, Gotti mini review. Oh my God,
it's shit, and that's it. It's just.
Oh boy, Brad Bird's got a fucking mouth on him. How about that?
Oh yeah,
you guys hear what he said recently?
I saw a headline.
He was talking about John Lasseter, and he was like, I wish we could go back to a time when people didn't care about that stuff. And I'm like, whoa, dude.
What was he referencing?
Well, John Lasseter was fired from Pixar because of sexual harassment in the workplace.
Okay. So we just want to return back to ignoring that shit, as everything.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I just if we went back to just hiring people that were best for the job and ignoring that stuff. And I'm like, wow, dude. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
He's also the same director who said,
internalize shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Just be like, no comment. Next question. He's also the same guy that said in some type of forum where there were a lot of people that video games aren't a respectable medium for
Who
storytelling.
said that?
Brad Bird.
Brad Bird?
I know. I remember us going, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, how fucking ignorant do you have to be in a post-Uncharted Last of Us world to say that?"
Yeah,
because it was like before Tomorrowland came out.
All that says to me is, guys that haven't played a video game in the last 15 years. That's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
He still thinks Tetris is like the leading edge of video games.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you tell me the long
you kids
line
and your Tamagotchis and Nintendogs, out there playing your video games. It's like, what are you dude?
Yeah, he's all like, "What's the story in Pong?" Okay, dude. Well, there's been like
you guys out there playing Farmville. No one does that anymore, dude.
He's like sick of all he was saying was he was sick of getting invites on Facebook games. That's all he was trying to say.
See,
Candy Crush is barely a video game, bro. Like, chill out with that shit.
He's like, I will not play Mafia Wars with you.
Mafia Wars.
Oh boy. All right. So Infinity War moves on. All apologies to Incredibles 2. Great fucking movie. Which I will enjoy watching quite a bit.
Sure.
I like what you shared in the group.
Oh, you just got it.
Yeah.
I sent that when I didn't know if y'all were going to see it. We could go on another DC rant, but
it's the dick sucking guy from the Fire Festival.
It's the dick sucking guy.
Oh my god!
He can't save all the world alone. It's him.
Well, it's just, is that an alien that's threatening the world? Let's go suck its dick.
Hey, Steppenwolf, get over here. You give me the mother boxes, I'll suck your dick.
He's like
MacGruber, like, "I'll suck your fucking dick right now. I'll just suck it. I don't give a fuck."
Dick so hard.
Dude, I was listening to another podcast. I'm sorry to go into diatribe real quick. I was listening to another podcast, and they randomly brought up MacGruber that had nothing to do with what they were talking about, kind of like I'm doing right now. And he referenced the scene where he's like, he meets up with all of these, by the way, they're WWE wrestlers that are like his old gang. And he's like talking them up to his bosses at the CIA or whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, man, these are the best guys in the world." And they're all sitting in a van together. And he's like, "Yeah, man, they're all sitting in that van over there. And I gave them all the C4 that they'll need, packed with these two hands." And then the van explodes behind him. And he's like, "Oh my God, no, call 911. Are you guys okay?" Will Forte's committing to a bit is like some of the best shit you'll ever watch. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, JD, did we give you shit for not watching that movie? Is that one of them?
Yeah, you've given me shit on that endlessly.
It's
and
so fucking funny, dude.
I know. I just need to be in the right frame of mind, I guess, which theoretically I'm in all the time.
Yeah, so, you're perfect for that movie.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm delaying.
And that scene is just one of those scenes, one of the many brilliant scenes that I like, brilliant stupid scenes that I forgot about. And when somebody calls it out, I'm like, "Oh yeah, that scene is fucking genius." It's great.
Cool.
Anyway, the finals we have is Infinity War versus Mission Impossible, the battle of the franchises. Apparently, number 6 versus number 20 in the MCU. I think 21, 19, 19. I don't know. Whatever.
Is it 19?
19? I'm first in this one, and I'm going to go ahead and... Shit, this is really fucking tough. I did put Mission Impossible Fallout higher on my list.
Infinity War? What's wrong with you? No, that's fair. That's
and on my personal list, and I guess I'll just go with that. I feel like it's... there's a lot of not that Infinity War doesn't have good filmmaking, but there's like a lot of shit that's happening with actual practical camera movements in Fallout that isn't necessarily hidden behind like a green screen or whatever. That's just fucking impressive in an action movie, in a modern day action movie. That's super impressive in a way that like Fast and Furious doesn't do or whatever. So really, it just comes down to that because story wise, they're both like world ending type shit. Like it's just save the world. There you go. Boom. That's what you sign up for when you watch these movies. Boom. World-ending threat. Go save it. Mission Impossible. I don't know, man. It's just there's some really great shit in that, and I love the teamwork, and I love Ving Rhames being like the daddy of the group. It's just really, really touching shit that he does. Have a seat right here, Ethan. Loves his wife or whatever.
I feel transported right now. It's pretty good.
Thanks. I can imitate a black man, and it's totally not racist. So I'm going to go with Mission Impossible Fallout. I think that, kind of like when I voted for Black Panther, is probably just going to end up splitting the vote accidentally, even though the second person... Whatever. JD, you're next.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of taking the same logical approach as you, man. So I think we might be boxing Kyle out here.
God, are you guys really gonna do this right now?
I mean, dude, Fallout was in my fucking top 10.
Shit, and you didn't do
Infinity
the genre
War
thing, yeah.
Was on the fringe of the 10, I think. Maybe in my 20. I don't remember.
Culmination. Does culmination mean nothing to you, too?
Culmination means many things to me. All coming together at once. And right now, this is the culmination of my list being right or something. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going.
You were trying to take it home.
Really reaching. No, I really do agree. Like that, I am always going to favor when a movie is executed practically over CG, regardless of how good that CG is, and it is fucking
and it's good,
fantastic in Infinity War.
And it'll probably win the Oscar for it too, honestly.
It probably will. I know y'all, when we had our little box office thing last year, and I was all praising Dunkirk, like that's why I love that movie. I know Blade Runner is practical too in a lot of ways, but like it's that Dunkirk shit I'm talking about, where everything you're seeing in the frame looks real. And because it's actually happening. And Fallout gave me those same vibes. Like, I know Macquarie is not in that upper echelon with Nolan quite yet. He's, it's kind of a rarefied era.
Yeah, he'll get there because all he had to do before this was 5, and then, Jack Reacher.
Yeah, he just doesn't have
good, but like he was just writing scripts before that.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the talent. Yeah, and I'm super super excited to see what he does with this. But Infinity War was fantastic. It shouldn't have been as good as it was. It should have been a mess. And the fact that it's this great thing that didn't really disappoint us is an accomplishment for sure. But man, Fallout was where it was at for me.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Man,
you guys are nuts. Absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna watch both of these at the same time when I'm going to bed.
Good. I hope it's like obnoxious because you're watching movies at the same time.
Sounds like an impossible mission.
It does. Yeah. See?
It sounds like you need to call it the Impossible Mission Force.
Yeah, I'm all about journeying into the possible. Possible. But yeah, Infinity War is fucking fantastic. And I think if we're talking like having to find weaknesses so we can pick a winner, I guess one would be like if you haven't seen the 18 prior MCU movies, you might be kind of fucked on who all these characters are.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
that's probably really again, like it kind of relies on that. So like it's rewarding the people who stuck around and everything.
Right. So, yeah, definitely. Like there are stories of like from people I follow, at least like on podcasts and Twitter and stuff, of like I took my girlfriend to this. She'd never seen one of these before, and she was very lost.
Yeah, of course she was.
She liked Thanos, but she was very lost.
Yeah, of course she was.
Whereas Fallout,
I feel is Wizard Boy.
Yeah, I feel like Fallout, you can just kind of like understand the dynamic, especially like immediately, where like you're like Ving's in the van, playing with technical shit, and he's like the hacker guy, right? And then you have Simon Pegg in the field with Ethan Hunt, who obviously he's our guy. We all know Tom Cruise. He's our guy. He's our lead guy. He's the main guy out in the field. And Simon Pegg is nervous, doesn't want to be there. He's like, how do you not freak out during this? I know you're freaking out in your brain. He's like, no, I never freak out, and stuff like that. So you just understand the dynamic like immediately. You're just like, good, that's who these characters are. Fallout, there's some not Fallout. Infinity War, it's just you wouldn't really get a sense of like who Black Widow is like at all. No. Does she have red in her ledger? I have no idea. Infinity War doesn't tell me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went back to the red in her ledger shit. Every time I bring her up, my brother always points that out as if it's like a bad example of dialogue, and I'm like, dude, it's not. That's actually pretty good. I like the red in my ledger speech that she gives to Loki.
Oh yeah, okay.
In the first Avengers.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
I'm like, I like that. That gives her like, she knows her faults. Whatever. I don't know why people hate that shit. People just have a hate boner for Joss now, and I'm kind of grossed out by it.
Me too. Really I'm so fucking over it.
Yeah. And they want to blame him for like all the worst parts of like what's that shitty movie that we were just talking about? Justice League.
Oh, Justice League. Yeah. Dude, he was given a pile of shit.
Yeah, right.
And was like, hey, can you clean this up a little bit?
And then you got like 3 months or whatever the fuck.
You can wipe, but it's still shit,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's frustrating too because a lot of people are basing that off of like, there was like a Reddit thread where somebody was like, okay, I worked for the editing company, And here's where everything breaks down. Here's what Whedon gave us, and here's what Snyder gave us. And people are just like, I mean DCEU, like diehard fans that buy into conspiracies, are basically taking that as fact and like going, oh, Whedon wrote all the bad shit. Like Wonder Woman being like overly sexualized in the movie and stuff, and Flash falling on her boobs and stuff like that. Like people are like, "Oh, Whedon did all that."
I mean,
Whedon did it.
How much of the movie do you think were reshoots? You fucking idiots!
Yeah,
like
I just
the whole thing. Apparently,
I wouldn't base it based on like a Reddit thread. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
not what a reshoots is not the same as a remake of the whole movie. You know what I mean? It's not like starting from the ground up, like production. Like that's not what that means. So
yeah, clearly he got a lot of it done already. I'm pretty sure that like the Superman fighting the Justice League thing was all Zack Snyder's doing, and that I think that was already designed to be middle of the movie, like it was.
That part was fine, so good job, I guess, Zack Snyder.
Yeah, that was the one part where I'm like, oh god, I kind of like this.
I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool, but it's lit weird.
Yeah. And his mouth looks weird every fourth shot. It looked really weird.
Not every shot, but every fourth one.
Yeah, because he was legitimately there for some of that, and then some of it, like the dialogue stuff. I think the ending of the fight was Whedon. Because it felt like it ended like abruptly with Amy Adams coming out.
Yeah.
Which was stupid. Just have her there at the beginning.
That was that was the dumbest part. Like she's our secret weapon. It's, oh my god.
Oh my god. Clark,
don't do it, Clark.
Let's go to your mom for bad advice.
Like he's
Come
like like Batman has to do like a fucking stupid one-liner because he's apparently the comedy force in the entire movie. I'm like, you have Flash there. Why not make him the funny guy? Oh, because he can't be funny because you can't write for Flash somehow. So you make Batman do like all the quippy, like, oh, yeah, my boat just bleeding a little bit, you know, or whatever he was saying. I forget what his stupid like one-liner was.
Yeah, he gets knocked down. He's like, yeah, I'm definitely bleeding.
Exactly. I'm definitely bleeding.
And I laughed at that in the theater. I actually did.
Damn it.
Sorry. Look, it just
JD
low bars
loves
and
DC.
stuff, man. Low bars and stuff, you know.
JDC.
Okay, hey, cool. Give me more nicknames.
Yeah, DC apologist over here. He loved Justice League.
Yep.
Loved it. You know what I'd do for that movie?
Suck its dick.
Suck its dick.
Yeah, I would. Absolutely. Why not? Just tell me to do it, man. I'll do it. I'll take one for the podcast.
The fans want a Justice League rant. We gave them one.
Yeah, they got one.
We gave two.
At the top of it, you know, at the top and at the end of it here, too.
So, yeah, Mission Impossible Fallout is the winner against, I'm pretty sure Kyle's going to quit the podcast now, so he might be back for our next episode.
Probably not.
Probably not, though. I think we're going to take a break and come back around Valentine's Day. We're going to do bromance movies because we're all single dudes. We're just broing out. So we're gonna do bromance movies, and
how much fellatio is allowed in these bromance movies?
Maybe we should call the guy from the Fire Festival. I'm sure he's got a barometer of like
sponsored by what's his name? He's just
guy.
Fire Festival lawyer.
His
I don't
name's
know.
just Beej now. It's just Beej.
Beej
McGee.
Beej Jesus.
Beej Jesus.
Blowge. So that's coming up next, and then second annual Cuckies. I'll send out a link, not just to you guys, but after we all collect our nominees for each category, I'll send it out so like everybody that's listening can vote on it. So that's like the scheduled stuff that's coming up, and then in between then, if we have time on weekends, we'll like throw in random categories. Like I know Kyle, you suggested doing like 1 hour specials, comedy special.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah, I forgot I said that.
Which would be a really fun one.
That'd be cool.
It's Chris D'Elia, but sorry.
It's Louis C.K.
Probably. It's probably Bill Cosby's 2008 set.
Fuck. Oh man, we can't pick so many people now. No, I'm just kidding. It's just us two. It's literally just us two. We're good.
Yeah, Aziz is back in play.
Yeah, well, Aziz is fine for you.
For me.
He's not going to be anywhere.
Yeah, I know he's not going to make any y'alls, but that's fine.
All right.
My friends are like, damn.
So, yeah, we'll do those. And then, obviously, we have, like, the annual stuff that we're going to do, 1999 movies. I feel like we can do a double bracket out of that shit, honestly, because there's so many fucking good movies in 1999. Yeah. Like, landmark fucking movies, seriously. 2009 movies and games, 1999 games, 1999 songs, 1989 movies. 1999, if I'm not mistaken, was a pretty bad year for games, so we'll try to do a small bracket, or at least talk about, I don't know, we'll talk about it. Then we got our movie oversights that we did last year that we listed out our top 10 movie oversights we're going to commit to.
Oh yeah.
So I still got to watch like 4
halfway
of them.
through that.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
And so we just got to finish that and then do a come back around and do rank them. Each of us rank our own lists. And then I say at the end of the episode, we'll just list another new 10 we'll commit to, and we'll just.
I say we do that too.
Yeah.
Instead of dwelling on it, we just list it. You know, like, hey, here's our new 10 for the.
Well, again, there's not much we can talk about them.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, never seen it, so there you go.
That's why I want to see it. Yeah,
exactly. And I think I've already picked mine out. They're mostly cucky classics. But yeah, I picked mine out. And Conqueror's Corner, our Hall of Fame, that'll be a thing too. That was fun last year, so we'll.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 2019 for you in a not so small nutshell, and this is probably our shortest episode on record for the last 6 weeks. So everybody, it's still 2 hours, but
I mean, as long as we
true.
don't count your 13-second, 10-second review.
yeah, that's true.
That
Go
was
watch
the
those,
shortest.
everybody. 10-second
we either-
review. It's still
We
up
either
in
go
glass.
big or we go like micro with it.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Exactly.
There's no like hour-long shit around here.
Oh, that's too reasonable.
No.
I don't know when I'm gonna have a new one up. I think I'm literally probably just gonna do it for like bigger blockbusters that everybody's kind of buzzing about, and because people certainly were for Glass, so I put one up there. I think it's funny, so go check it out there. So that'll do it for this week's edition of Entertainment JV's podcast, Box Office of 2018. We did record this obviously like 2 weeks in advance, so if things change, which they probably will, sorry, whatever. So go check us out on the hellscape that is Twitter. We are at EoC Pod, and I am at Jeff WIDDY. That's Jeff Whitty. Also, Kyle is writing for sub-culture.com, so check his shit out there. And JD is busy butt doctoring. So we'll be back next time with an episode geared towards bromance movies in honor of Valentine's Day, because we're single guys and we were all about the guy love. So go check us out there. See you guys around. Bye.